All right, here we go. Oschino, welcome back.
What's up?
Welcome back.
What's up, man? Been about a month, 2 months?
Yeah, about a month and a half, something like that.
That feel long, like something. No, what's up?
Something like that. Oh, by the way, who won the Super Bowl? Recently.
I don't know, man. I don't know. How about the Eagles,
I'm
man?
trying to remember who it was.
Oh my, I think we're gonna win again too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think because they made it look easy.
Yeah, what do you mean?
They just ran through everybody real easy. You saw they blew them out in the Super Bowl.
I mean, you guys are going against the Chiefs, which is, those are not pushovers right there.
I know that's what I'm saying. They looked very good against the Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes, and he's just legendary for pulling it off at the end.
If he'd have won that third Super Bowl, it'd have been over. He wouldn't have been past Tom Brady yet, but he'd been like even with him.
Well, no one's ever won 3 Super Bowls in a row.
No, never.
That's what I'm saying. It's never been done.
But still, I still wouldn't have put him past Brady for having 3 in a row.
How crazy was Philly after y'all won?
Insane. People getting hit by cars. One guy fell off a pole. Young guy.
I saw that. No, that was after you guys won the playoffs.
That wasn't the Super Bowl?
No, that wasn't the Super Bowl. It was
just imagine the Super Bowl. It was crazy. I wasn't going down there. It was crazy.
So Philly was just
Philly crazy
losing his mind.
So they just looking for anything like that to happen to just really go crazy. People, it was crazy down there. But nobody really, it wasn't that much violence or nothing down there. It was just a lot of people down there having fun partying.
Well, speaking of sports, LeBron and Stephen A. Smith got into it at a Lakers game.
I saw it.
Yeah. Basically, LeBron told him to keep Bronny's name out of his mouth.
That's understandable. That's his son at the end of the day.
It's his son, but he's also an NBA player.
I mean, yeah, but I guess he took it personal. I mean, everybody got a trigger. That must be his trigger. Don't talk about my son. Talk about me all you want. Don't talk about my son. I mean.
Well, look, if this was like his son and his son was just a private citizen going to school, going to college, minding his own business, and suddenly Stephen A. Smith started bashing him,
but what exactly did Stephen A. Smith say? That's the difference.
I listened to Stephen's response. He basically was saying how did he really describe it? He basically was saying how in the NBA, you never really have a superstar player have a superstar son. It hasn't happened yet. It could happen, but he doesn't anticipate it, and he thinks that Bronny is good, but not necessarily great, and so forth. I
mean, I agree with that. But I mean, living up to LeBron, though, I don't think nobody probably could do that. You know what I mean? Period.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you have...
But like Jordan's son, they couldn't even get to the NBA. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, I mean, Jordan's son, Marcus, the one who got arrested?
None of them. Yeah.
But, Gary Payton's son made it.
Yeah, but they wasn't superstar.
They're
stars.
They're not superstars. I think that was Stephen's point, that there's no real superstars that have fathers who are superstars.
I think Carmelo Anthony's son might become a superstar.
Oh, he's that good?
Yeah, he good.
Really?
And he big.
Okay.
I mean, he might be. I think he'd be a superstar maybe, because that'd be like probably the first 2 that did it if he become a superstar, because he's still young.
I remember Ron Artest. I was at his house and his kids were there, and one of his kids was like super, super tall, but I don't think he really got that far.
I know.
Just being tall just doesn't do it.
Sometimes the dad be an okay player and the son become a superstar.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, that happens. Like
that happens.
Manute Bol and Bol. It's like I mean, but like it don't happen the other way around too often. You gotta live in the shadow of your father.
I feel you. And speaking of height, I interviewed this guy named Denzel Siggers. He was 5'5", and he went to Turkey and got an operation and became 6 feet tall.
So what they like? Added something to his legs?
They cut his legs in half and put metal rods in his legs, in like his upper legs.
So what's getting? Hold up. So you cut your legs in half.
Okay, your thighs. Mm-hmm. Okay, so like the middle of your thighs, right? They cut those bones in half, and they put metal rods between the bones, and then every day you have like a little crank on the outside of your leg, slowly. And you open it a little bit, and it stretches it apart, and over time the bones are supposed to connect over the metal rods, and then they pull the metal rods out. But he did it twice. He did the upper legs, where he got, I think, 4 inches on his upper legs, and then he did another operation on his lower legs, like his shins. They cut those in half. He got another 3 inches on those. So he went from 5'5" to 6 feet.
And his life, there's no difference. Like I can't understand. Like I would never do that. I think the boy, I just never got to be on, I think YouTube or Instagram, black boy. I think his name Bando Kev or something like that. He was saying he did it, but I thought it was a joke. I didn't know it was like a real thing you could really do.
Bandman Kevo.
Yeah, did he
I
really
called Kevo because I've interviewed him before.
Did he really
said
do that?
he was just trolling.
Oh, all right.
He wasn't serious.
Oh, all
but
right.
this guy actually spent like $80,000
to be taller.
to be taller. But how tall are you?
6'1".
Like I'm like 6'2". Yeah. So for us, we've never even thought about that. We're taller than most humans.
Yeah.
So I've never thought about being taller.
But if I had 80,000, I'm 5'5", I'm not spending. I just give the girl I was trying to get, and I was impressing to be 6 feet. Give her the 80,000, and then we had to do all none of that surgery.
Yeah, and the crazy part about the surgery is that some people don't take the rehab seriously, and they end up losing their ability to walk.
That's too much.
They end up with walkers or even wheelchairs.
That's too much. I would never take the risk of just cutting my legs. That mean it was really bothering him. I mean, it was a real serious insecurity to do that. I can't imagine it.
He said it was about girls. He said, girls
but at least he had the right
returning
motivation.
death.
He had the right motivation. But if he got 80,000 to do that, he should be getting girls anyway.
Oh yeah, get a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
It don't matter how you could be 5'0".
Better than that, give her the 80,000.
There you go.
I mean, cut the chase, give her right 80,000.
There you
right
go.
there.
I'm gonna give you 80,000.
Yeah, I mean, that's
be my girlfriend for a year.
For sure. What?
Yeah, man. I mean, in terms of LeBron, listen, I feel at the end of the day, your son, I know he's your son, but he entered the NBA and he's going to get the same type of criticism that everyone else gets. You don't get a special pass just because you're LeBron and that's your son. It doesn't work that way.
But I think maybe him and Stephen A got a personal relationship.
I mean, Stephen A talked about that. He said that they know each other. They have each other's phone numbers. I mean, he knows like Rich Paul. And they could have talked and whatever, but he chose to, walk up to him, confront him.
That's unlike LeBron. Don't usually do stuff like that.
He never does stuff like that.
I don't know, maybe he's like, man, I'm a billionaire now. I'm
about to retire.
Yeah, I got to play. Yo, he was so big over Stephen A. Like he could have just smacked like the Incredible Hulk. Like
he could have picked him up and thrown him.
Like, just balled him up, put him in his pocket. That's you never really see LeBron like really do nothing violent before. But just imagine if he wanted to.
Yeah, but Stephen A. has this like rudeness about him.
You know.
Because I remember this one time we were at a Jordan party and we were standing in line to go home and there was like a bus, it was like at a mansion. Mm-hmm. So like, you had like this bus that would take people back to the parking lot and so forth. So me and my security were in line and he's behind us. And I'm like, oh, what's up? Stephen A. Vlad from Vlad TV. He goes, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, we cover you a lot. He goes, yeah, everybody does.
Yo, he one of them.
And I'm like, all right, man. I just turned around.
Yeah, he one of them.
Yeah, one of them.
One of the people that when they was younger, they probably just never got no place. So now they got to just, juice it for everything it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, look at him.
Yeah.
He wasn't
They were showing him in high school.
He wasn't getting no type of girls in high school.
I think in high school he was averaging like 2 points a game or something.
2 points a game?
Yeah, they're like, you critiquing everybody's game and he was averaging 2 points a game. I said, yeah, that's crazy. Like, But I think that's why they like him because he says stuff that people don't like.
Yeah, I mean, I heard he signed like $100 million deal.
Yeah, 120.
Yeah,
but that's the whole thing about it. People think they don't like you, but they watch you when they don't like you.
Yeah, man, listen, you gotta have the haters. You gotta have the haters.
Without them, it don't work.
You have to have them. It's like the special sauce in every recipe is the haters. You don't put the haters in, it doesn't taste right.
Yeah, that's
no Diddy.
That's what it seemed like to me, right? I mean, controversy sells.
Well, just recently, the Marathon Burger Store opened up in L.A. Mm-hmm. I remember, like, we drove past it. The line was crazy. Mm-hmm. It was like 3 blocks long. But a situation happened.
I seen the guy. Did the guy hat was fake? Fake? That's what they were saying? His hat was fake? That's why they did that to him?
No. So there's a guy named Rockstar 2800, right? And I guess him and Whack 100, maybe some other people were in like a clubhouse chat. Mm-hmm. And I think like Whack may have been saying something about Nipsey. Because he said some stuff about Nipsey.
He said a couple things about Nipsey.
Yeah, he said a couple things over the years. And I guess they felt like this dude Rockstar, who I guess they were cool with, didn't like step up and defend Nipsey or whatever. So when he showed up, Black Sam told him he has to leave. He basically made him leave.
I seen the footage of him when they walking him across the street. I mean, see, LA is that's like a different world. If you're not from LA, you don't even understand none of the politics of it. You don't understand the way they move. It's like just different out there. So when I'm out there, I just stay like real low and real calm because it look nice and pretty, but you just don't know what's going on. So I don't even know like how it's Black Sam. I don't even know what gangs they are. I mean, like
Black Sam's rolling 60s, which is the same as Nipsey Hussle.
So they Crips then, right?
The Crips, yeah, rolling 60s Crips. But I'll be honest, man. when I first saw it, the first thing I thought was how similar the situation was
what happened
with Nipsey and Eric Holder.
Yeah, when you embarrass somebody, yeah.
Someone is showing up at a public location, at a retail store, a retail mall area where they're totally allowed to be, and now this person who's famous and has a certain amount of clout and, there's people around them is telling you you're not welcome there and you need to leave.
In front of people. In
front of a bunch of people, embarrassing people, embarrassing that person. Because I remember I interviewed Brick Baby, right? And him and Eric Holder were tight. They actually even lived together at one point. And I was like, why do you think Eric Holder just crashed out right there? And he just said, knowing him, he just probably thought they're never going to embarrass me ever again. This is going to be the last time they're going to embarrass me like this.
That was a terrible decision, though, that he made.
It was a horrible decision. But Black Sam, knowing the tragedy that occurred and the lessons that are learned from this, the fact that he went and kicked this dude out in front of everybody, cameras around, I mean, that guy's going to have to see that video for the rest of his, maybe not the rest of his life, but for years.
Yeah.
You the dude who Black Sam kicked out of the burger store. He's got to hear that over and over again. And this dude seemed like, he's active in his own way. This don't seem like just a regular, square dude. So now you got an enemy you've just created who you don't know what he's going to do.
Well, if you lose your little brother, I guess you ain't worried about all that.
Yeah, but listen, I was talking to one of the outlaws. I'm not going to say who it is because this was a private conversation. But he told me when Tupac died, Afeni got everyone together and said, people are going to talk about Tupac. Don't take that upon yourself to try to fight with everyone if they say something negative. You can't control that. People are going to make their comments, and if you try to fight everyone, try to defend your friend's honor, you'll never be able to do it. It's going to ultimately hurt you at the end. It's Nipsey Hussle. Some people loved him, some people didn't love him. It just is what it is. Some people thought he was great. Other people have their opinion that may not be the same. You can't sit there, and it doesn't even seem like this dude even said anything negative. He may have just been in the room when someone else was talking what they're saying. Oh, you expect every person to sit there and...
But he must have said something that his brother didn't like. You can't fight everybody, but if somebody come to your store that you feel like they disrespected your brother, I ain't gonna lie, I think I would probably do the same thing. Because we don't think, a lot of times when you're emotional, you don't think rational.
Man, look, that guy could have shown up and Sam could have just ignored him.
Or could have talked to him about what happened.
Or just pulled him aside. But there's a lot of people, a lot of stuff going on. If I was Sam, I'd just ignore him. There's too much going on. There's too many cameras. It's a big day.
Yeah.
It's a big day. What if this dude's feelings were so hurt that he went back and got a gun?
I'm pretty sure at this point, as though that something happened to his brother like that he would have been ready for that. But I understand what you're saying.
He would have been ready for it. But what about everyone else that's in front of the store?
Well, yeah.
They could have shut that store down because of that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? This is not this is a high-end part of LA. You see what I'm saying? They don't want shootings and all types of nonsense in that area. They'll take your lease away. They'll be
so
fuck
the
that.
store not where the old store was at?
No. This is I believe on Fairfax. Oh, hold on. Where is Marathon Burger Store location? This is on Melrose.
Oh, shit.
This is on Melrose. This is where a bunch of Flight Club is.
Melrose Place.
Melrose Place. Yeah. Exactly. You're not...
So
you're not in an area where cops will just look the other way.
They don't really want you down there anyway, for real. But like I said, though, LA, when I'm out LA, it's so different out there. I don't understand it. Because we don't have Bloods and Crips in Philly. We don't have this certain type of things that I do out LA when you go out there. It's different. So when I see what they be doing in LA and what they be talking about, it's just, even their music different. Yeah. Everything about LA is LA is its own world over there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's 8 hours from Philly and the East Coast. They got their own world over there. We got our own world over here. So I don't really know what's going on over there. But I do there's a couple rappers over there I do like though. There's this Mexican guy, I don't know his name, but he got a song with this boy called Sugar Sweet. He a pimp. What his name? Song.
Sugar Free?
Sugar Free is a pimp, and they got a song with this Mexican guy. I love this song. I play this shit every day. What the fuck is the name of that song, man?
Okay, I think you're talking about Roddy Rack's Manager.
That song.
Featuring Sugar Free.
Yeah, I love that song, man. That's my shit right there.
Yeah,
man.
man.
It's a straight LA song. It's a Mexican, like that's on LA as hell, but it's hot. I mean, I fuck with that joint. I mean.
Well, Cameron and Jim Jones have been going at it.
They always go at it though.
Yeah, they've been going at it for like
I think that's
15 years now.
People should be used to that by now. It's not like a surprise. It's like, I mean, people don't even get involved in that. They let them do their thing on their own. I mean, I don't really see people take sides on that.
No.
I mean, you know, there's nobody don't say nothing about that. They just fight amongst each other and that's it.
Yeah, Mano, you know, they try to drag him into it, and he just said, "I ain't got nothing to do with this. Me and Jim are cool. Like, we don't have no problems." That's my man.
I don't even know what their problem is. It's people like that's like they like two brothers fighting, so people don't really, get involved. They don't even talk about it or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Mace got thrown in.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, Mace is a pastor though. I mean, Mace like, but, you know, we all love Mace. Like, but he pastor like Mace like on some like pastor. Like, you don't look at Mace as like far as. Mace the type of person, he won't let you do nothing to him, but I don't think he's trying to like do nothing to nobody. I mean,
nah. I mean, Mace was actually eating popcorn the whole time. While he was
funny. Yo, Mace funny as shit. Mace is really a legend though. Mace Mace when he was out at this time, he was out like young people don't remember. Mace was a problem when he was out. Heavy.
Yeah, I think Mace was saying how when he was starting, he was hotter than Drake when Drake was starting, and it's true. But then he had Bad Boy behind him. And he was like the premier, one of the premier artists. Well, because Biggie had died, so Mace was like positioned to be the next big rapper. He was Bad Boy.
On the fact that he had a lot of mixtape stuff out before that. I mean, with Deluxe and DJ Clue and all that.
Children of the Corn.
Yeah, and all that. But Drake blew up fast because of the internet and all that stuff. If Mace had the same thing, like the same internet and all that stuff. I remember we had none of that stuff. Like it was nothing, no phones to send pictures, none of that. So you got all word of mouth. So like it was way harder to do it back then. So like. It's about equal. Yeah. I say Mace was probably more bigger than Drake when he first came out.
Well, Bad Boy was the biggest label pretty much at that time.
Rap was just rap. Now, Drake more like a rap singer type boy,
Right. Well, although Mace was sort of an R&B type rapper, you know what I'm saying?
But he started out with straight rap.
I understand that, but like...
24 Hours to Live, shit like that, like...
No, I get it. No, he could rap, but... The songs that he was doing, that he was known for,
that Puff
tell me what you want from me and stuff like that. With R&B hooks and
that's Puff. Puff know how to pick out them songs. How to do that. Puff know how to pick out them songs.
Yeah. Well, Mace actually said he's about to drop like a triple album on the first day of Puffy's trial.
He's still mad at Puff?
I guess so. Yeah.
Huh. Well, maybe that's why he in jail messing with a pastor.
That's what it is? That's karma?
Trying to burn the pastor. I don't know. Bro, how you got $900 million and he's still in jail this long? I don't understand it.
Well...
What happened to innocent to proven guilty?
Well, he is innocent.
Why he in jail? Why he ain't out on bail then?
Well, there's a few reasons. One of which is they feel that he was witness tampering.
But I'm saying, even with that, it's still innocent to proven guilty even of that, right?
He is innocent. He's not convicted. He's just sitting in a jail cell.
He's been in jail for a while now, like 6 months?
Something like that.
Would you ever think you'll see Puff in jail for 6 months?
No.
That's crazy.
Puff was really kind of like the Teflon Don of hip-hop.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you really go back, there was a celebrity basketball game that happened. You know about this?
Back in a long time ago, when somebody died there?
A few people died.
Yeah.
A few people died because they had like bunch of people were like sneaking in, so they had like padlocked one of the emergency exit doors, and then people got crushed. He beat that. The shooting, the Shine incident with Jennifer Lopez. From everything I heard, Puffy shot a gun too, and Puffy had a gun on him that he threw out the window as he was driving out, and they found the gun. Like he beat that too.
Money, you could do a lot of things with money. You could pay a cop off. You could do a lot of things with money. If somebody making $50,000 a year, you offer them $1 million. They taking that shit. I don't care what they is, cop, detective, whatever it is. But right now, whoever he pissed off this time, they must already be rich or something because they like, man, you're not getting out of this shit right here. So,
well, yeah. There's actually a new indictment for Diddy right now. The new one is forced labor.
Come on, forced labor from forced labor how? Somebody's clothes getting made or something? Like sweatshops?
Let's see. let's see what they're saying. Blah, 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 blah. What do they actually say? Hold on a second.
Man, they just blaming everything on Puff at this point, like, me. He had a phone number. Say if Puff did something to you, call his number. That shit is crazy right there. That's like, how, I mean, like.
So what the prosecutors say is that Diddy and his associates maintain control over some employees by forcing them to work long hours with little sleep through the use of threats to use physical force, financial harm, psychological harm, and reputational harm. In doing so, Combs, assisted by members and associates of the enterprise, caused these employees to believe that they would be harmed, including by losing their jobs if they did not comply with his demands.
That sounds bogus to me. That just sounds like somebody trying to make you work hard because we trying to win. That's what it sounds like to me. So if I was on the jury, I'd say not guilty.
Yeah, I mean, you could say the whole cheesecake incident is kind of forced labor in a way.
You don't got to do it.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck that cheesecake.
Yeah, I mean, but I ain't gonna lie. When you in the ghetto, when you trying to get out, you walk cheesecake. That's the least thing you could do. Walk get the cheesecake. Come on. What time will we be back? I mean, what you mean? Like, I mean, so like, I don't understand people be complaining. Don't do it.
Yeah, you can quit.
He said, like you said, he said, we might get fired. Well, get fired then.
This is not the only job in town.
Get this case out of here, man.
It's
That's
New
like,
York City. There's a million jobs here.
They're clocking up y'all court system out here for no reason with that stuff, man.
Now, listen, I've been saying, like, look, I just interviewed Stevie J, right? And he was like, yo, that's my man. I've never seen, me and him haven't always gotten along, but, like, I've never seen any sort of incidents. And what was it? Amber Rose, she was on Club Shay Shay recently, and she was like, I've been to every Diddy party. Every Diddy party, I've had invites. And she showed a picture of her and Cassie and Diddy. She's like, I've never seen anything crazy.
That's what she's supposed to say.
Well,
what's she gonna say? Like, I mean,
but have you had anyone actually come forward publicly, not in a lawsuit, but really publicly say, this is what he did to me. He did this, then he did this, and I have the proof, and I have, corroborators,
so.
and who will co-sign this and everything else like that. I don't know. And people are like, oh, you're defending Diddy. You probably going to his parties yourself,
You know what's crazy though? This thing though, back in the day, if anybody would have got invited to Puff Daddy party, they was going.
Of course.
Like it's bad to say it now, but at the time, if you didn't go, it's because you wasn't invited to go. That's why you ain't go.
Look, I've said this before. Not now, but let's just say 5 years ago, if I got a phone call at 2 a.m., I was like, yo, Diddy wants to meet with you, talk about some business. 2 a.m., meet him in his hotel room, Beverly Hills Hotel. I would go. I wouldn't see a problem with that.
People talking shit now because of hindsight, but like...
Right, in hindsight, he probably was going to be naked. And if you show up naked, I'm walking out the door. Like, I'm good. Robe open, whatever. Nah, I'm cool. I'm like, yo, I'll check you tomorrow.
At what point does a man that somebody come on to you and you don't like it that you don't leave?
Yeah, I've had men come on to me.
Or have a fight or something. Like, you just sitting there standing like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? I don't even want to hear you complain, bro.
Look, man, I remember in Israel, right, some gay dude walked up to me and said something in Hebrew that I didn't understand and started biting on my shirt. Right, just like on my shoulder, like just, arr. And I was just like, all right, I'm out of here. Like, it didn't make me angry though. I didn't want to beat him up. I felt weird. I'm like, okay, this is. But see, I'm cool.
See, with black people would have been different though. Like that'd have been like, it's like, I don't know, but that would have probably been like a violent situation.
Listen, I could have been violent. I could have punched him in the face. But at that moment, I'm like, all right,
biting on your shirt. Like, what is you doing, bro? Like, I don't.
No, it was weird and nasty and whatever else. But it didn't make me angry.
Do you know who you was?
I didn't want to hurt him.
Do you know who you was?
What?
Did the guy know who you was?
No. This was.
So he just thought you was cute.
No, yeah, he was just attracted to me, right? He wanted to have sex with me. I'm not gay, so I wasn't interested. I was actually dancing with a bunch of girls, like I was dancing. He kept like staring at me, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Like then he walked up to me, just like, arr, and I'm like, all right, I'm walking away from this. But I didn't want to beat him up. It didn't make me angry. I think it only really makes you angry if like maybe you're gay yourself secretly, and this is like maybe you actually like it, but you don't want to feel like you liked it.
Maybe you just want him to get the fuck away from you. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I can't imagine somebody having the heart to do. Where I'm from, nobody would do that. That's not even a thing that could be done.
I get it. I've never had it done again. This is a one-time only. This is a one-time only show. One show only.
You're probably like, right? I gotta have this guy right here, man. Let me just bite on the shoulder.
Let's bite on the shoulder and see what he does. Yeah, but I was just like, okay, I'm cool. Yeah. But think about it. Like, how often do women get hit on and have to just walk away?
All the time.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're used to it.
Right. But imagine if every time a woman got hit on, she didn't like it, she like pepper sprayed the guy or slapped him or punched him or whatever else. Like,
yeah, girls got a bad deal all around. Like,
that's what I'm saying. And that's kind of when I look back on it, I'm like, all right, I went through what girls kind of go through. You know, it was a little nasty and icky, but like, I didn't want to hurt him.
Last year, the guy out here killed the girl he tried to talk to her. She said, no, he killed her in New York.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time. Got a lot of weak men out here. Yeah. Got a lot of weak men.
Yeah, the society made them like that. The way it is now, the society different than it used to be. I mean, no bullies in school. And the bullying is, you can say it's a bad thing, but you need bullies sometimes to build character. I mean, every school had like a little bully. It ain't like it's life threatening. It just make you like, man, you gonna be a coward. You gonna stand up to him. You gonna figure out a way to make him not like you. You gotta figure out that's a life skill you learn it. You know what I mean? But now, no bullying. Like, what do you mean? Like, well, that don't even what is that?
He's affecting my mental health.
You're not no bullying. Like, I mean, so it make people soft and they got trophies for everybody that played instead of people who win.
Oh yeah,
it's like that. So like,
yeah,
man.
Nah, it's silly, man. Well, I interviewed Chopper from Making the Band, and he said that he saw Diddy making out with another powerful industry guy.
But he didn't say his name.
He didn't want to say his name, but he said after Diddy saw him looking at him, he got the green light for his project like right away.
You should ask Diddy for some money right then. Like, yo, let me get 80,000 real quick. They be scared. That's what it is. They be scared. They really scared of Puff.
Still?
Yeah.
Yeah, even in jail?
Yeah, you got 900 million. You ain't in jail. You in jail, but you ain't in jail. Bro, that money's like money you could get a lot of things done in any state, anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if you're a billionaire.
But why would Puff feel comfortable doing? I don't be believing some of that stuff. I don't believe like Puff would feel comfortable doing that in front of his artists if you don't want him to say nothing about it.
Look, man.
Unless he's just so attracted so we couldn't help it. I don't know. The thinking is different, so I don't really understand. But I just know at the end of the day, he's innocent until proven guilty.
Look, if Diddy goes to trial and he's found not guilty,
he can sue.
I would not. No, I don't think he can sue. No? Can he sue?
But yeah, they ran his name.
People go to trial and they win and then they walk away.
But he been in the new. I mean, they basically killed his character.
If he could
so
prove
even
that,
if he beat it, it's still gonna be everywhere he go now. It's gonna be like, well, no more parties.
Yeah, no more Diddy parties.
no
more Diddy parties.
No more parties. I mean, I don't think he got no more liquor.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, liquor's gone. I mean, look, if I was Puff, I think if Puff gets out, he's going to wild out. He's going to throw a huge party,
he probably throw the artist in jail that he going to sign. That's probably in jail with him right now.
Oh, yeah, I heard dudes is like fighting each other to make his bed and stuff like that.
I said, yo, Puff go to jail, he going to run to jail. I said that like two interviews ago.
I'm trying to remember, who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody about this. I think they were talking to Tekashi, who was locked up with Diddy at one point recently.
6ix9ine?
Yeah, 6ix9ine. And Tekashi was saying how he now realizes why Puffy is so rich, because he saw him operate in that jail, and he basically gets everyone else to like give him shit. Like, yo, let me use your phone. Let me use your this. Let me use your that. Like, oh, let me borrow that. Let me whatever. So he's using everyone else's shit. He's using his name to, I mean, not really take advantage of the other prisoners, but to like use them as almost as employees.
I mean, I think he's rich because he just got that drive and he's just smart.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's been rich a long time.
Right.
So like, I mean, it can't be luck. It's like, it got to be like some type of drive. And it's not even like he a rapper neither. He find talent and people and he bring the best out of them. And he take all their money, so.
Well, I mean, I don't think he takes all their money.
I mean, not all of it. He can leave them something.
I mean, look.
But barely nothing, though.
You think?
Yeah, look at all the people that was signed to Bad Boy.
Well.
Craig Mack. Remember Craig Mack was saying, right? Craig Mack was a star. Remember that?
Craig Mack was the first star on Bad Boy.
Yeah, he was a star.
Flavor in Your Ear was the first single.
Like Rob was a star, too, when he came out.
Yeah, but if you have one hit song and that's it, for the rest of your life, you can't expect to be rich.
No,
unless it's a mega hit like Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby.
You don't think Whoa was a big hit?
Whoa was a big hit, but that was one song. He wasn't the producer. Black Rob. It was produced by Buck Wild, I think.
Yeah, Flavor. So
so half the song is someone else's.
Yeah.
You're signed to Puffy. The song was big, but I don't think the album went big. I don't think he had a platinum album.
He didn't just do one song. He had more. That was his biggest hits, but he had more songs than that.
He had really just one song.
Yeah, one big hit.
One big song. Just like Flavor in the Ear was one big song. There was no follow-up. And yeah, during that time, you're going to get a lot of show money and whatever else, but the way the music industry works, you can't expect to go rich off one song.
But look at what about Mace? You know, Mace, that's what
Mace had a lot of songs.
Mace had a lot of hits.
Mace had a lot of songs.
Yeah.
And
it said,
Mace has always been rich whenever I've seen him. I mean, Mace has always been Rolls Royces and furs, Rolexes. I've never seen Mace broke.
Because he went from a rapper to a pastor.
Yeah, but he was still making, I think, rap residuals and stuff like that.
Yeah, but still, why do you think he mad at Puff Daddy, though? Because it's about money. He said he kept his masters and wouldn't give them to him, and I mean, all type of stuff like that. I mean,
well, you can't be mad at not getting your masters if the deal that you sign doesn't include your masters.
You can't be mad about it. It don't mean you got to justify it to be. I mean, you could be mad about it even if you're wrong. You mean?
All right, so here we go. So Mace's issues with Diddy stem from Mace's accusations that Diddy withheld his music publishing rights and royalties from him.
There you go. So if he doing it to Mace, you know you don't do it to everybody else. Mace was his right hand man. You mean?
Yeah.
I guess to get 900 million, you got to take money from a lot of places. A lot of people, you got to just do like a lot of, I mean, because that's a lot of, I mean. So,
yeah.
I don't know, but, you know, like I said, though, if you got to, Mace is like he believe in God heavy. I mean, he became a preacher, so I don't see him lying about it. You mean?
Well, there was a lot.
To the Locks.
Wait, so what was that?
Remember the Locks was going through doing the same thing with the Locks.
Free the Locks.
Yeah.
They went to Rough Rider.
Yeah, I was around, living in Yonkers around then. It's about 98, 99. They were saying free.
You were living in Yonkers?
I lived in Yonkers.
Really?
I moved to Yonkers in 1990, beginning of 1999, trying to get this record deal, trying to get signed to Rough Riders.
Oh, yeah, you talked about this last time.
Yeah,
Not last time, but I think our first
time. Yeah, first time. Yeah. That's we had Let the Locks Go t-shirts.
Oh, you had those?
Go. Yeah, I had one. Yeah, for free. Of course, I had one of them.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the shiny suit era.
Yeah.
That's when Diddy was doing like, you know.
Well, the shiny suit era was coming to like an end at that time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the Locks were kind of thrown into that.
Yeah.
Because they were signed a label.
Yeah.
Did Diddy ever have them wear shiny suits?
I think Money and Power, all about the Benjamins, I can't remember what they had on. But I don't really remember them wearing too much. I don't think they were not shiny. I'm not sure. I know Mace did. I don't know if the Locks did. I think the Locks wore something that was like not regular for them to wear, but I can't remember what video it was. But that wasn't they wasn't their thing. It ain't fit them, you know what I mean? But the Locks were like, yo, let us go. Let us get. Puff was like, no, for years.
Well, you know, I mean, the thing with Puff, I forgot who I talked to about this. It might have been Sheik, where like, if you try to negotiate with him on a business level, he'll not cooperate. But if you go public and you publicly like embarrass him, because I remember at one point, like, I think the Locks were on like Hot 97.
It was Hot 97. I was arguing back and forth.
Yeah, remember that? And I think like,
yo, come see me, come talk to me.
Yeah, Jadakiss said he wanted to drop like a refrigerator on Puff's head or something like that or whatever. But after all that was done, Diddy gave him back to publishing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm saying it's crazy that you got to go through all that. You know what I mean? I guess, that's business, I guess. I mean, but
you sign a contract, you sign a contract. You know, true. And look, at the end of the day, people always want to paint the label owner as the bad guy when they have an artist that blows up and the artist feels they don't get what they deserve. Mm-hmm. But no one ever talks about the 20 other artists that the label put out that they lost all their money on. You know how the business industry works, right? For every 10 artists that comes out, 9 of them will lose 100% of the investment. It's one of the worst industries.
So that means the one that makes it got to get the
one that makes it kind of has to finance the losses. And you know, the one that makes it isn't happy about it, but think about this, right? The 9 that don't make it, none of them have to pay back the label. Right?
Yeah, true.
It's not like a real business where it's like, all right, me and you are a partnership, right? So, okay, so me and you, you're the artist, I'm your partner, you know, but we're in it 50-50, and it's like, all right, I'm going to put up the money, and if it goes well, we'll split it, but if it goes bad, you got to give me back my half, right? That's our agreement. Mm. So you blow up, we split the money, but if you fail, you're like, hey man, I ain't got it. You're the money guy. I'm the talent. So,
well, the money guy, from to put his money up, he got to believe in it, I guess, and just, it's
right. And listen, Puffy was great at taking artists that like most people wouldn't see as superstars. Like, look at Biggie, right? Let's just take away the albums. Look at Biggie in like 91, let's say. big fat guy, lazy eye, uneven skin tone.
But did you
and
see
he wasn't even rapping. He was like hype. He's like,
did you see him battle when he was a kid battling that guy on the corner?
Yeah, that was dope. I get it. But when you looked at his records, like Party and Bullshit, I didn't think was like, I didn't see the brilliance in Biggie from that song. No. And like, for example, he was on Heavy D song, Who's on the Microphone, a bunch of, like Biggie was on that and he wasn't the standout.
All he needed was, he just needed them hooks and them beats. That's all he needed.
I think Puffy came in and smoothed them out, put him on beats that ultimately, because I remember Biggie was even saying how he finished the album and he was like, all right, I want Machine Gun Funk to be my first single. Puffy's like, nah, Juicy. Juicy? No, you're gonna ruin my career. Yo, no, fuck all that pop bullshit. No.
That's so crazy. I didn't like Juicy.
Yeah, but that became a hit.
I know. Biggie my favorite rapper of all time, though.
All time?
All time. Biggie, one.
You meet him?
No, I was at one of his shows, but he died. I was like 18. Man. He made rap seem easy. That's one of the main reasons I kept doing it. I'm like, he made it like it was like just a walk in the park.
Yeah, but he was that good.
He was that good. So you go try to do it like, damn, this shit ain't that. He make it just seem like easy. So I like Biggie, my favorite rapper of all time.
Oh yeah, I remember when I was talking to Stevie J, because Stevie J did Lil Kim's first single, right? And I'm like, from what I understand, I was like, Biggie wrote all her lyrics. He goes, oh yeah, Biggie was in the booth with her. He would do the lyrics and record them, and she would redo them based on the reference track.
Yeah, she sound like him rapping.
No, completely. And like, she would want him in the booth right there with her. Yeah, like he was writing for her. I think he was writing for a bunch of Junior Mafia dudes. Like he was doing a lot of the hooks and everything.
And it just come to him. He don't write. He just
no, he doesn't.
Just come off the top. Like he's special. That was his calling.
Yeah, I remember Stevie was saying how like, because remember we were talking about like What's Beef, the song?
Yeah.
And I interviewed C Gutta, right? And Biggie had that one song. My man C Gutta kidnap kids, fuck them in the ass, and throw them over the bridge. Yeah. And I'm like, what did you think of that lyric?
See, what's crazy? At the time when it came out, a lot of gay stuff wasn't out, so it didn't even come to your mind. That wasn't even a thing that you even thought about. It's just like, whatever, just talking shit.
C Gutta was in the studio when he laid that down, and he was like, yo, what the hell? Like, you just made me into a child molester.
Yeah.
Into a child molesting rapist.
So when you heard that, when you first heard that lyric, you thought something of it? I didn't think nothing of it when I first heard it. I was just like, all right.
Well, that's because you're not C Gutta.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
but you got to go outside and be like, hey, man, are you the kid kidnapper, fuck him in the ass, throw him over the bridge, dude? And he said that, listen.
You should have said something to him about it. Like, bro, take that out.
Listen, Gutta, and that's the thing, right? Gutta said the thing about Biggie is that once he lays something down, nobody can make him change it. And Stevie J was like that too. He said the same thing.
He should have been happy that he said his name on the song.
Listen, Stevie was like, yeah, Biggie will do it, and that's all you're getting. You can't get him back to redo it. You can't get him back to change. So Gutta was living with Biggie at the time. He said for 2 weeks they didn't talk to each other.
Yeah,
they would like pass each other in the house.
But nobody
they'd be in a car together. They'd be eating meals. Nobody's talking to each other because he was that mad at him. But Biggie was like, I'm not changing.
Bro, nobody took that literal though. Nobody I know took that literal. It's like whatever. It's just
Listen, man. If there was a lyric, let's just say Drake came out with a song. My man Oschino kidnaps kids, fuck them in the ass, and throw them over the bridge. I know it bother you. I know it bother you.
Oh yeah, do bother
me. I know. And the day that came out, you would get a lot of phone calls.
Just hearing it when you said it like that, it make me feel like, all right, I can understand it a little bit. Yeah. Like, you got to, but in this era, you got to defend it. Back then, I don't think you had to defend it back then.
Well, along with Diddy, Jay-Z was caught up in a lawsuit recently. The whole 13-year-old girl saying that
I remember that.
She was raped by Jay-Z, whatever. The lawsuit was dropped. And now Jay-Z is actually suing Tony Buzbee as well as the girl.
The lawyer boy, yeah.
Well, the lawyer's getting sued and the girl who accused him of it.
I don't got no money, sore for what?
Of course you don't have no money. I mean, even Tony Buzbee doesn't have the type of money that would make a difference with Jay-Z.
What's the point?
I think he's trying to prove a point. By saying, like, for everyone else, I think he's, like, worried that this might turn into a Diddy situation where everyone he met over the last 30 years, everyone he took a photo with, like, oh, yeah, this picture with me and Jay-Z in 1990, he grabbed my butt right after this photo came out, and I won $100 million.
It ain't a statute of limitation on that shit?
Not for a lawsuit, no. I mean, look at all these lawsuits that are coming out right now. So all these lawsuits are like 20 years old. Look at all the Bill Cosby lawsuits. I think like criminally, there's a limit to when there's a statute of limitations criminally, but civilly, I don't think so.
Oh, shit.
So I think Jay-Z's basically saying, all right, everyone out there who thinks I'm the next Diddy, for y'all lining up, just know that when these lawsuits don't happen, I'm going to sue you back.
But that's not a deterrent if you don't have no money.
It's a deterrent.
If you don't have no money, what's the deterrent about it?
Well, because you still have to get a lawyer to protect yourself.
If you don't have it, you're like, I don't have it. I don't have nothing. Like, so what you want? Like, I mean, usually if a person's doing that, they don't really have it anyway. Like, they're like,
yeah, but think about this, right? Now, if you're making a real income, so let's just say you're making $60,000 a year, and you just get sued by Jay-Z and he wins $1 million lawsuit against you. Jay-Z might chip away at that salary of yours.
They would take your money? Yeah.
They would actually they would figure out how much you need to survive. And then they would so let's just say they're like, all right, well, you can keep 40, but Jay going to take that other 20 until that $1 million is satisfied, which means you have to cough up 20,000 for the rest of your life.
Man, can't you just file for bankruptcy or something at that point?
You can, but sometimes it's not that simple. Sometimes bankruptcy, you can't get out of some shit just because you file.
I mean, if you make a lawsuit against somebody that's a lie anyway, something should happen to you anyway.
The thing is that the story doesn't make any sense. The girl was 13 at an MTV party, really? Her own dad said, I don't remember driving her. It was 3 hours from our house. We lived 3 hours from Manhattan.
And what year was it supposed to be?
Oh my God, like 1993?
Yeah, 93.
Hold on.
No, probably like 99.
Hold on a second. 13-year-old lawsuit. Let's take a look.
Might be 2000 or something. 2001?
2000. 25
years ago.
Yes.
How your dad might not remember that? Her dad should just not said nothing. Because my thing is, if it's my daughter, even if she's wrong, I'm not going to say nothing against her publicly.
Well, she's like, she's on the spectrum. I think she's like kind of autistic.
She probably is too. From the sound of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you supposed to ride for your daughter no matter what. I don't care. I mean, no, I didn't take her. Like, fuck.
No. You know something? I'm going to disagree with you.
Don't say nothing then.
I'm going to disagree with you.
You say something against you.
I think that if your daughter or your son is out here causing a bunch of ruckus with shit that you know is just not true, you may have to just step up and say.
He said it was not true. He says he don't remember taking her.
He said it didn't happen. He said I would remember.
So they say, all right, Vlad, your daughter, she got this lawsuit. What you going to say, nah, that shit didn't happen.
If I talk to my daughter and I'm like, did this really happen? Yes, it did. Okay, when was it? Okay, I was there. I don't remember any of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like in the lawsuit, she claimed that Good Charlotte, the rock group, was there when it happened. And they responded. They said, we were on tour in a different part of the country on this date. Impossible. The whole month, we were not even in New York. Then. She's lying. She's lying. She's trying to
not throw my daughter under the bus. I was like, damn, baby, how you drawing? I tell her to chill in private. Like, I mean, well, you know.
Well,
if she, look, what do you say on the spectrum? You mean like she autistic or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know if your kids are a little crazy.
So everybody don't want to admit it, though, if they're a little crazy.
People don't want to admit it, but it's like at the end of the day, I don't know, man. Like, because, the father gets dragged into it his own kind of way. Because, your daughter's out here suing Jay-Z and claiming he raped her.
They never showed her, though, did they?
What do you mean? No, she's a Jane Doe.
Yes, I was playing it. But I would have knew what father was.
Jay actually, because of the lawsuit, Jay found out who she is, he can countersue. No, I think that Jay doesn't want to be a Diddy. Because there's like 100 Diddy lawsuits.
Yeah.
Everyone that's ever taken a picture with Diddy.
All of them.
He has to respond to all of them. Unless they're dismissed, which is still a process. He probably, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if he spent like $50,000 on each lawsuit just to defend himself. Just to get it thrown out. Because here's the thing, like, to get it thrown out, you have to show that it has no merit whatsoever. If there's any merit at all, if the judge says, well, I'm not sure, but they should be allowed to argue this in court, then the lawsuit proceeds. Then you talk about depositions, you're talking about this, you're talking about that. Then you could subpoena people's personal records, like, have you ever seen Lil Wayne depositions, Kanye depositions? I've had to sit into a deposition. A deposition is not cool, man. Like, I don't know if you've ever sat through a deposition.
No, so a deposition basically trying to get evidence to see if they can score
a deposition is this. So I had a deposition. So it was me, my lawyer, and the other person and their lawyer, and for like 5 hours, the other lawyer just asked me question after question, and the whole thing's being recorded after question, trying to trip me up and so forth. And then we did the same thing to, you know, the other person as well. Like it goes both ways.
Did you win?
Oh, yeah, I won.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was you suing or you was getting sued?
I sued somebody.
Oh, you
yeah,
won?
and I won. Yeah. But I got deposed, but they had to do a deposition with me as well. It goes both ways. You see what I'm saying? But like, at the end of the day, no one really wants to go through these lawsuits. And most times people settle because it's cheaper just to settle. You know, think about it. Like, okay, going to court could cost you $300,000 just by itself. You're talking about a whole legal team. They're all there every day.
So if you could settle for 150, like, it'd be cheaper.
Here's 150 and we're done. And I don't have to admit any guilt and whatever else and so forth. So, yeah, man, that's what happens a lot of times.
That's America for you right
That's
there.
America.
I mean, so when you got money, basically you just don't need to come outside too much. Right? Everything you do, have it recorded.
Yep.
I mean, or it's going to cost you everything. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like if you got 900 million, you should be smart enough to know these things and how to protect yourself from these things.
Well, you got I think the problem is like when you see these billionaires in traditional businesses, you don't really see them out like that.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Because everything could come to them.
Jay-Z is at every Super Bowl. He's at, you know, playoffs. He's at NBA games, NFL games. Like, you know, he's out at big parties. He's at like World Cups and, you know, he's at big concerts. He's at movie premieres. The average billionaire is not doing that. They're running their business.
I mean,
and they're behind the scenes.
But still, even though all those places you named are still like out in the public where everybody can see what's going on. So it's like
I understand, but like you're making yourself a target. Like a lot of billionaires don't even want people to know they're billionaires.
Well, he wants people to know you're a billionaire.
He wants people to know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but that's just Jay.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember, I'm not going to say who, but someone close to the situation told me one of the main reasons why Jay-Z broke up Rockefeller was because he was getting tired of not making the Forbes list every year because the money was being split 3 ways.
It could be true. I don't know. All I know is like if you rapping and you doing concerts and you going on tour, they count how much money you make on tour. So like if you're a billionaire, you doing stock and stuff like that. Nobody don't know you. It's a whole different type of way that you earn your money. So I mean, it's like that's like Taylor Swift. Everybody will know has money because she's Taylor Swift. So it's like no way you can hide it once you be doing it in the entertainment world.
Yeah, but when you're constantly putting yourself in the media by always, and I'm not saying you should change your lifestyle, but at the end of the day, there's making money and there's protecting money. And sometimes the protecting part is harder than the making part. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because once you make it, you then become a target for people who try to take it.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole point of having $1 billion is for you to do what you want.
It is, but people constantly are going to try to get money from you.
Yeah, man.
I mean, look, man, you know how many DMs I get? Hey, man, I need a new car. Can you give me like 5,000? Here's my Cash App.
A person that you don't know?
Never met in my life. Hey, man, can you pay my rent? I know you got it. Like, you know, shit like that. Every day.
Then they see that you read it. I mean, he read it.
Yeah. I didn't delete it and block him. But I'm saying, like, this happens a lot. This happens a lot. People feel like, well, if someone feels like you got it, it almost doesn't seem like a big deal to them. Well, what's 2,000 to you?
Yeah, but they don't understand it's 2,000 1,000 times. It's like, I mean.
No, it's ridiculous. I don't give anyone money like that.
I mean, I can't see nobody asking a stranger for 5,000. That's somebody that's really off the rocker. So that's like that's not a normal person. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I guess if you DM 1,000 people, maybe someone might give you something.
Right, not even. Yeah, I doubt it.
I mean, I remember this one time, right? This guy, he DM'd me. And he was like, yo, man, my brother just died. He was a huge Vlad TV fan. Like, he used to always watch your show. I'm wondering if maybe you can make a video that we could play at his funeral. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I'll do that. So, you know, I got the name. I made a video. I sent it to him. Yo, man, thank you. Can you help us pay for the funeral?
The video wasn't enough.
And maybe the whole point was just to get some money. Might not even have a dead brother. I felt a little stupid at that point. I'm like, damn, did I make a video for nothing?
No, I mean, you had good intentions. I mean, my thing is this. They should just ask it from the rip. All you could do is ask. If somebody say no, they say no. Like I mean,
Right.
at the end of the day, I mean, don't keep beating around the bush and all this. You say, listen, I need this, whatever. I mean, but if you rich, I mean, you gotta expect that. I'll take those problems. Give me those problems. I mean, I'll take them problems.
You take those rich man problems?
I'm ready for all them problems. Give me problems. I mean, easy.
Well, I think the whole thing happened after our last interview, but A$AP Rocky
I seen it go to court.
recently won his trial, beat his gun case.
Yeah.
And he was offered a 6-month plea deal, which he turned down while facing a maximum of 24 years. His lawyer claimed that it was a prop gun. That was the defense.
I would have took the 6 months.
I would still take, listen, up until the last day of the trial, even with A$AP Rocky taking the stand and not being all that, you know,
He probably want to do 6 months without Rihanna.
What do you mean?
Probably want to be in jail for 6 months without his wife.
Oh, so he wants the space?
No, he don't want to be in
Oh,
jail.
he doesn't want the
like,
space.
man, I'm not trying to leave him.
I'm trying baby number 3.
Yeah. 6 months. You know, if you ain't a person to be in jail and all that, 6 months sound like a long time.
Yeah, but 6 months in LA jails is really like 3 months, maybe even 2 months.
But you A$AP Rocky too, though.
You're going to be in protected custody.
That's long. That make this time go by slow as shit. You just in there by yourself.
So in a county jail, if you're in protected custody.
But yeah, you even with other people that's like that.
Right. So what's the
Maybe-
big deal? You got people to talk to?
No, you'd rather be at the mansion with Rihanna.
Of course you would.
Yeah, so-
but listen, he won. I'm
Yeah.
happy that he won.
I mean, a person from the streets would take 6 months because we don't got time to be playing
listen,
around. I mean,
this is the first time that I've ever heard of.
but they were 24 years. What the fuck? 24 years?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is in New York?
LA. Yeah, LA. But you know, I mean, this is the first time I've seen where someone allegedly got shot and they're taking the stand. But I think the problem with this case was that A$AP Rocky claimed that he was like shot in his like fingers or something, like his knuckles. His knuckles got grazed from a bullet. But the cops didn't find any bullets. He went back and found bullet casings and he turned it to the police.
I mean, that's like too much. I think it's just because his name A$AP Rocky. They just wanted to make it a big thing because I just don't seem like it's a case that you should lose anyway. Like, I mean, this just don't.
Well, there's a video of Rocky shooting at somebody.
That same particular case right there?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
There's a video of it.
How he beat it then?
His lawyer said it was a starter pistol. It wasn't a real gun.
Man, that shit, they went for that shit?
I think what really happened was...
Somebody got paid off, bro.
Well, listen, this is what I think happened.
Somebody got paid.
Number one, I don't think Relly was very credible. He got torn apart on the stand, right?
But we got a video of you shooting a gun, though, like...
Right. And more importantly, Rihanna was showing up to court.
Yeah, I'm saying. And she got $1 billion, too, so...
You got one of the biggest celebrities in the world sitting in front of a jury. And I think some of the jurors, some of which were, I think the majority of them were women, were like, I don't want to hurt Rihanna, though. Rihanna's going to be sad if I say guilty.
Maybe I could DM Rihanna for some money. I was on the jury that got your husband home. Like, hey.
Right.
I mean, but at the end of the day, like, I mean, I think if it wasn't A$AP Rocky, he got found guilty.
Yeah, I think the celebrity part helped. Yeah. I'm happy. Listen, like people saying, "Oh man, you're hating." No, I'm happy. Like
sure,
I've run into Rocky before. You're a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I like his music. You know, I'm happy for him and Rihanna. Like there's nothing negative that I could say about A$AP Rocky. Period. You know, Playboy Cardi, that was someone who Rocky discovered. Like, you know, I mean, he's really like, I feel like one of the real trendsetters in hip hop.
Yeah, I think he is too.
You know, but yeah, I personally think he got really lucky.
What's the boy, Travis, whatever? I think
Travis Scott?
Yeah, I think he copied off A$AP Rocky.
A little bit.
Like,
yeah,
I mean, like, as far as the way he dressed and the way A$AP Rocky got that little weird style. Like, I mean, like, so like, he's a trendsetter. You mean?
Yeah, I still would have taken the 6 months. Like right now, at my age, with my money, I wouldn't roll the dice.
Me neither.
Now, because the prosecutors were asking for 10 to 12 years.
6 months ain't nothing. That's like. But see, when you know something, if somebody got paid, you know what's going to happen already. You ain't got to worry about that. Your wife got $1 billion, bro. People act like lawyers above taking money. They're not. They just don't take it directly from you. But they do it. They tell your lawyer like, listen.
The only thing that they could have done was pay off the jurors. You can't really pay off the judge. The judge was, you know, he administered the courtroom
That's even
correctly.
easier to pay off the jury. It's probably even easier. They regular people.
You'd have to get to the jurors.
Man,
but then you have to, well, here's the thing though. You'd have to pay off all the jurors because
only one guy don't agree.
That'll be a hung jury. It'd be a retrial.
Yeah, but that's better than losing.
It's better than losing, but as big as this is, the prosecution will just retry you again. And then this time they're more prepared because they know, because here's the thing, like the whole case was a little funny because the whole like fake gun thing was brought up a day before jury selection. This whole time, like, you know, like, because he had been, you know, the charge had been sitting there for like years at this point, so finally went to court. The first time they mentioned that the gun wasn't real was a day before they picked the jury.
Get a lawyer.
Yeah.
Get a lawyer.
Yeah.
That's what money do. I mean, money keep, you're supposed to go to jail with that kind of money anyway. Different rules apply for people that got money and people who don't. That's just reality.
Listen, a lot of rich people go to prison.
Yeah, but I'm saying they gotta do some more, but they gotta do more shit, terrible shit than a person that is not rich. You don't agree with that?
Listen, Phil Spector, he went to prison. He was one of the great producers of our era.
It was killing people. It was killing. What did he kill his wife?
He shot a girl.
Yeah,
but they're saying that was an accident. They're saying she shot herself.
But what was his first case? Was it?
Yeah, it was his first case.
The guy DuPont. But he had to do some real shit. He was doing some incredible shit though. Like, I mean, when you poor, all you gotta do is threaten somebody. You know what I mean? So like, I'm just thinking of the burden of proof when you're rich is like, you just pay your way out. They want some money. I mean. Cause I remember when I got locked up for a robbery, my lawyer, Dennis Colgan, he was like, listen, man, give me $35,000 and I was already found guilty. This was for sentencing. Give me $35,000 in case it go away.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I ain't asking him how. He's like, yeah, man, but I'm talking about without me going to court, I'm already guilty. So he came back and he's like, listen, you're not going to jail, you're going to go to work release and it's over. Like, that's just like that. So I was like, he paid somebody something. I mean.
So did he work with a judge?
Yeah, he said he was at the judge's Christmas party. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I mean, so I said, damn, that's how that shit work. You know what I mean? Okay. So like, you know what I mean? So I was like, man, money's different. You don't even get those type of opportunities when you don't got nothing, when you ain't got no money.
Yeah.
Public defender come see you and like 80 other people in the jail. Like, I mean, they got 2 minutes for your case. So like, money make a big difference, especially when you're going to the system. Like, I mean.
All right, man, listen, I got some legal shit I'm going through right now. My main lawyer, I pay her $950 an hour. $950 an hour. That's almost $1,000 an hour.
But she must be good.
She's great.
Yeah, get what you pay for.
Yeah, in fact, the way I even found her was I called up Drew Finling, right? He's the one that's representing Lil Durk and represented YFN Lucci, represented Big Meech, and whatever else.
Yeah,
so I called him up. I said, I need a specific type of lawyer. He goes, got just the person for you. She's great. Gave me the number.
And where's she out of?
LA. But I figured, like, if I go to one of the country's best criminal attorneys and I ask for a referral for a different type of attorney, he's going to know the best people.
Yeah.
And, like, when I went to her, she's like, oh, yeah, me and Drew have been working together for years.
Cases in LA.
Cases in LA. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, yo, you get the best people.
Yeah. And you know, when you get lawyers like that, they know the judges too.
Yeah.
A lot of times people be good lawyers winning a lot of cases because they know the judge real good.
Well, sometimes, but then you have no control over the judge that gets assigned to you. See what I'm saying? Sometimes.
Like, you'd be cool with all the judges.
Possibly.
I mean,
but you know, I mean, you also, I mean, like, it's interesting watching my legal team work. I'm like, wow, like they're really good.
I've been to court a lot, right? I'm gonna tell you something. When I had lawyers that was cool with the judge, the courtroom, the proceedings go different. When they got a lawyer that the judge don't like, it go all the way. It's like a whole different thing. Like, I mean, so like you want a lawyer that the judge at least kind of likes because he like stuff sly, he help you out. When you got a judge, I mean, a lawyer that the judge don't like, it's like he take it out on you. I mean, that shit. Like, I mean, so like that's politics.
Yeah.
I mean, like everything else.
Well, 50 Cent and Big Meech were going at it.
Yeah, I seen it.
What are your thoughts?
I think that 50 Cent was doing a lot for Big Meech when he was in prison. Let me take care of his son, put him in acting school and all that stuff. I think if he knew that Rick Ross is enemy, right? So I feel like if he was going to do that move with Rick Ross, he should have just talked to 50 Cent about it. He didn't have to, but I think courtesy was to just do that. You know what I mean? But I mean, I guess he didn't know how 50 Cent, I must wasn't watching it from jail, how much he gonna troll and do extra shit like that he do. You know what I mean? So like, I mean, I agree with him. I just don't think sometimes you can't tell somebody how far to take something. I just think like, if I'm looking out for your son when you're in jail, you know that's my enemy, my enemy for the past 15 years or something like that. I you know you're gonna feel some type of way about it. You know what I mean? I probably didn't know he's gonna take it to this extent. You must don't know how 50 Cent get down, but you know 50 Cent taking shit all the way to the wall. So, I mean, so But I don't know about the telling shit everybody talking about. I don't know about nothing. I mean, they said some people say this, but people say he didn't.
Well, I mean, I feel like, look, like during your heyday, when you guys were beefing with Nas. Well, really, Jay-Z was beefing with Nas.
Yeah, you just put us in it.
You guys put, so imagine if a video circulated of you and Nas hanging out in a bar, having drinks together. What do you think would happen with you at Rockefeller the next day?
It would have been a problem.
Yeah.
It would have been a problem. But I mean, but he did, that's even different because if you take somebody, you in jail for all these years, you got your son in acting school, ain't got him a job, and he was a good actor. He became a good actor.
Well, I mean, think about it. Rockefeller gave you a position that was very few humans get.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Took you out of Philly, gave you a record deal, put you on tour, put you on Hot 97, put you in music videos, did a whole bunch of stuff that potentially means millions of dollars in your pocket over the course of your lifetime.
For sure.
And then you go and hang out with the enemy of the guy that put you on.
Yeah, but now you gotta see what the time frame. Like if it was right soon as we doing it, I mean, if it was later on, maybe not as bad. But like,
no, I mean, but this is happening right now in real time.
That's what I said. I understand what
you would have gotten kicked out of Rockefeller.
Probably so.
Same day.
Probably so.
Same day.
And I would expect that.
Yeah.
I would expect. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why Big Meech ain't expect that.
Well, I mean, the story is, if you look at like kind of what transpired, because Lil Meech sent 50 a text that basically was like, yeah, we don't fuck with Ross,
I
but
seen it.
he gave my dad some money,
he needed some money,
which was gonna hold him over until my next check from the BMF TV show from the next season. 50 was like, what next season? Because here's the thing, they're saying that Lil Meech blew like $5 million in a few years, and he had nothing to show for it.
I mean, you gotta understand, if you don't know about money, that's not hard to do. It may sound crazy to a person like me, but it's not hard to do.
Me and Tony A were talking about this last time. Me and Tony, like, after we talked about this, I went through a bunch of pictures, and Tony mentioned this. Like, Lil Meech had, like, chrome heart jeans, and, like, 10 different pairs, and, like, all these different photos. Those, like, $10,000 jeans.
Oh, man.
That's $100,000 just in jeans. Let's not talk about that huge BMF chain. That might be 100,000.
He said it was 200.
200,000.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about the Richard Mille watch that he almost got arrested for.
About 200.
That's another 250, maybe 300. Okay, the watch is worth something.
How old is he though?
Let me see.
I mean, you gotta understand if you young. I mean, you got money. I mean, you're going to spend. I mean, you want
24.
Yeah, you gonna go crazy, but you gotta expect that.
Well, you gotta expect it, but here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. You know your dad is going to be getting out sometime soon. You know that he's getting towards the end of his sentence, right? He doesn't have a life sentence. He had like a 25-year sentence. The only reason why Lil Meech was making the type of money he was making is because he's playing his dad.
Yeah.
If Lil Meech was just a regular actor and was going out for acting roles, I think he had like a small role like Euphoria and stuff like that. But in general, 99% of the money that Lil Meech was making was playing his father.
But still, you gotta understand, still he's a kid.
I get it. But you would think that, look, as I'm making this money, I'm going to put aside some money for my dad. So when he gets out, he's going to be okay.
That's a responsible kid. Most kids not responsible like that. He probably thinking, my dad, Big Meech, when he get out, he'll be all right. I mean, if he get out, I mean, I'm living his life. I got these girls. I'm famous. Like, that's a lot to go to your head, especially if you're outside of the blue like that. I mean, do you got to figure, if you got $5 million, like, I can get another $5 million if I got this for $5 million.
Yeah, listen.
I got another season coming up, I think.
I think.
I mean, I got a lot of roles because he did a real good job in that BMF.
Well, he's playing his dad, and he looks like his dad.
I mean, but he still played the role.
But I think 50 sent him to acting school.
He did.
And I think he sent him to rehab because he used to show up high.
Well, I didn't know about that.
That's what 50 said.
Well, but so you don't think the guy gonna never work nowhere else?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you're
like
not going to get a role that's a shoe-in, like playing your father, and you look like your father.
Yeah, played it real good.
Right?
Yeah. But just say you're 24. Before he was doing that, say you don't got no money. You give me $5 million.
No, listen, I went broke. I went broke.
Yes,
I get it.
I
get it. But I wasn't making that type of money. I wasn't making $5 million in a few years.
But money changed and stuff cost way more than it cost before. They had $10,000 jeans back then.
Yeah, you're right.
Shit, $10,000 is buy all the jeans you need for 2 years. I mean, Levi's and some motherfucking. I mean, like,
I mean, back in the day, you had like Red Monkeys,
Red Monkey,
and Evisus, but those were like maybe a couple $100.
Like I think that was like $700 the tops.
10,000.
But you got to remember, you on Instagram, you can't wear the same Chrome Heart jeans again.
Fuck that. You'll see me wearing the same shit in different pictures.
For a kid, you got the same. You got to be different. You Lil Meech.
What I think is that Lil Meech somehow got in his head that he's gonna ball out like his dad.
There's no way you don't got nothing to show for $5 million though. He gotta have something.
Yeah, he got a bunch of jeans and a chain.
Man, sell that shit.
Yo, he said in the text that Ross gave him money. That's why he even did the video, because he needed some money. And in fact, let me tell you like this. This is what else Yayo said. He said, remember there's that picture of 50, Yayo, Uncle Murder, and Big Meech?
Yeah.
I guess they were at his house, like I guess in Detroit or whatever. They took a photo together. And I guess as they were leaving, I think Lil Meech said this, was like, yeah, man, Lil Baby just pulled up, in the Lambo truck. He didn't give my dad nothing. So they were just expecting people to just give them money because he's Lil Meech, because he's Big Meech.
He was locked up before he probably was even born.
Oh, Lil Baby?
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
Lil Baby wouldn't really even know him. Like, I mean, his shit, he been in jail.
Well, remember then the big concert was supposed to get thrown?
Yeah, that ain't happening. That shit really got canceled. That's crazy.
I interviewed Boosie, who was supposed to perform. And he said he's never seen anything like this before. He said 2 hours before the show, he said he was at Louis Vuitton getting his outfit, got a phone call and said some people showed up with some paperwork. Whole thing got shut down. But then a few hours before the show, it was announced that it was canceled.
2-3 hours, like, I'm at the Louis store. I'm like, fuck! What the fuck? I could have saved this fucking $5,000 outfit. Oh man, I was like, fuck, man. I was like, damn, what the fuck didn't happen, man?
People were saying what?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Some people are saying, because people are like, saying that 50 Cent did it, right? I don't know if that's true. No idea. I had heard from someone that maybe it was like a label issue because it was a bunch of artists performing from different labels and some of the labels weren't cool with that or something. But that sounds a little weird also.
They would know that way before 2 hours before the show.
Right.
That sounds like something else.
Sounds like a sabotage.
Yeah.
But the whole show was canceled.
They probably said something like, well, it's going to be a threat, violence, something going to happen there. Somebody could just put something like that in the area, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Because he a convicted drug dealer, kingpin, come home, doing a show for him. They could say, people could say anything to make it like get shut down, I think, if somebody really wanted to. I mean, but, I think you shouldn't cross 50 Cent, though. I mean, I just don't think if somebody do something for you, because your kids is the most important thing to you. I mean, if somebody take care of your kid while you locked up, I mean, you got to give them some type of grace, some type of like warning if you're going to do something with the enemy. That's how I feel, I mean.
Well, yeah, I mean, because Southwest T, he took a photo with Lil Supreme, who was Supreme's son.
Yeah.
Right? And 50 had a problem with that.
I talked to him a couple times too.
Lil Supreme?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. But like, Big Meech already saw what happens when you take photos with people that 50 doesn't like. So there's already a blueprint here.
If you're on the streets, you should just know that already, though. I mean, it's like.
Look, we don't like to say this, but the reality is, in hip hop, you sometimes just have to choose sides.
I think you got to do that in life.
Yeah.
You can't. They known enemies. Like I'm talking about, I don't think there's no more people that's more enemies in hip hop than them two right now. They've been going at it for like 10 years plus. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's the automatic thing. He could have went anybody else besides him.
Well, he had a big concert coming up. Like all those dudes, like for example, Boosie said he wasn't getting paid for that concert at all.
I don't want the 50 Cent like, yo, I need some bread. Boy offered me this bread. I mean, I don't want to go. I said, no, it's your enemy. Like, I mean, he offered me, he would give me, what did I say, 500,000. I mean, you
know what 50 probably would have said? I just gave your son $5 million.
I said, all right, well, would you, if I do it, would you be mad if I do it? Yeah. That's up to you if you want to do it or not. I mean, because you gave him the courtesy thing. I mean, my thing is, I probably would have just not took the money.
Well, see, that's the thing, man. Like, the older you get, the more you realize that, like, it's really a lot better to just have the conversation with people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know that I have certain guests on my show that are regulars. I'm not going to say who it is, but, like, people sometimes call me and be like, hey, I got beef with so-and-so. I want to come in and do my interview about this situation. I'll hit that person up and say, hey, so-and-so reached out to me. You cool with that? And they'd be like, nah, fuck that dude. I'm like, all right, cool. My loyalty is with you. You're my regular guest.
Yeah.
You do numbers every time. I'm going to rock with you. This guy I don't know.
Yeah.
You know? But sometimes it works out the other way. So like, for example, Terrence Gangster Williams and like Lil Diesel, like the dude that was like his arch enemy.
Yeah.
You know, Lil Diesel, you know, he mentioned him in one of my interviews. Lil Diesel reached out and said, hey, I'm interested in doing an interview, like a sit down with him for the first time in like 25 years. So I hit up Terrence. I said, yo, you cool with this? He goes, yeah, absolutely. Cool. We flew them both in. Had my, you know, actual NYPD security in the house. Had them both frisks. I explained to him, like, no fights. This is not Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
If y'all decide to just wild out and whatever, I can't stop y'all from getting arrested.
You know why people mess with baby brother, even though he told? Because he owned it. He owned that shit. Like, yeah, he just owned that shit. Like,
yeah, he said, I told on the dead.
Yeah, he just owned it. He don't like run away from it, none of that. Like, so like, that's why people like don't really give him too much slack about the shit that I'm telling.
Yeah.
I mean, plus he funny as shit the way he tells stories. Like,
oh yeah.
He had you like, but I didn't even know who he was when I first saw him on your joint.
You know, I did his first interview ever.
Yeah, I'm like, who the fuck is the boy? The way he talk, he don't hold nothing back. He don't give a fuck what. I mean, so like, tell the truth.
Yeah, I remember he told me when he first came home, Birdman was like, yo, whatever you do, just know that a month later, no one's gonna care anymore. And he's like, 2 years later, people still caring. I'm still, you know, he's making a 6-digit a year salary off his YouTube channel. People booking him for interviews, and he's like, well, I proved my brother wrong.
Yeah, because the content is king right now.
Yeah.
Period. That's like that's the top thing right now. Like, I mean, so like, you got a story, you know, he his baby brother. He was in prison, like, got prison stories. He was being a gangster, what he's talking about could be checked and be verified. So like, people listen to what he be saying, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, no, listen, me and Birdman, we started talking after that interview.
Yeah.
We have each other's numbers, we call each other, we're supposed to do something, it hasn't happened yet, but he was like, I remember Birdman was like, hey man, like, business-wise, I really admire what you've done in terms of paying people for interviews, because that's never really happened before. Like, no one really did that. It was done sort of on a hush-hush level, but you're the one that really just put it out there and started really say, yo, I got a bag, you want to come, you know? And he's like, yo, you created a whole industry out of there. And I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Birdman telling me this means a lot.
Yeah.
This is coming from someone who's way richer than me.
Did you interview him before?
Nah. Now, me and him never even... I did a short interview with him a long time ago before Vlad TV when I was doing DVDs, but like we've talked on the phone a bunch of times. But no, we're supposed to do something.
Yeah.
We'll see if it happens.
So what's your first interview? What was the first interview you did? Because I see your shit like, I see it should be, you be having old ass drinks. Every time I think that you interview somebody, that shit pop up on there like...
You know what's funny is that we just launched this Vlad TV YouTube masterclass.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, and they actually, in the process, they showed my first video, and it was actually Bernard Hopkins in Philly, in his apartment in Philly.
What year was that?
Oh my God, this was before Vlad TV. It was like during my DVD days that I kind of transferred over. This got to be like 2006 maybe?
So 21 years.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
I mean, that's the grind. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, period. I mean, that's why I'm trying to do my shit like just like that. You know what I mean? My thing is this, like, content you could always make money off of it, even if it's old.
Yeah,
you just put that shit back out. I mean, so you could put that shit out over it. But do you think it'll be a time where a business come buy all your content from you?
Maybe.
Is that a thing that exists?
Well, there is. It's the equivalent of a publishing deal. You got these companies that will give you. I remember we got an offer for like $750,000, where like basically they take our YouTube revenue for a certain number of years until they recoup. And they make a profit. Yeah, so it's basically the same thing. But then once I did the math...
Profit, the interest be crazy.
Well, they'll take like a 25% interest. And I'm like, yo, I could just go to the bank and get the same $750 for like maybe 10% interest. Why would I pay 25% interest? It doesn't really make sense. And I don't really need the money right now, so fuck this deal. I never did. But a lot of people do that.
Yeah, I mean, but see, your shit still rolling. So, I mean, if you like had plans on slowing down, you probably would take a deal like that.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, at one point, if someone offers me like a really big bag for Vlad TV for the back catalog, I could just retire. I mean, I can retire now, but if I could really retire, you know, like retire huge, sure.
Well, you probably can start over too. And
do something else.
You make a whole nother.
Exactly.
So that means shit, like, so.
Well, what's going on with you and Dream Chasers Garcia?
Garcia, you don't even know his name. That's how much he's relevant. No, it was just like a thing was though. So he's a Meek Mill's affiliate, right? So everything that Meek Mill say, he got to defend his honor. You know what I mean? But I knew him before he knew Meek, and of course I knew Meek before he even knew him. So like, I was just kind of upset that he came in my DM trying to like bully me around. You know what I mean?
Wait, so what happened with the DM?
Well, he came in my DM. Somebody asked me a question about a rapper from Philly, right? So they asked me, I said, I don't listen to this guy. So he tried to use that as an excuse to come in my DM and say, yo, don't watch your mouth and this, that, and the third. Just threatening me, you know what I mean?
Huh.
And he really doing it because me and Meek Mills don't like each other. So he's looking for any reason to try to, you know what I mean, start some beef. And then they just escalated from there. I mean, it got kind of like serious, whatever. But, you know, I'm trying to like, trying to become calm and leave it alone, you know what I mean? But, you know, Philly is a place that things like that, it's a serious thing. It's a serious thing in Philly, you know what I mean? So, but all of it start from Meek, though, at the end of the day.
Okay, so you and Meek Mill, when was the last time you guys actually talked?
Like far as face-to-face? No, a long time.
Over the phone, whatever.
Oh, wow. It's been a while. Been a while. But we got like, it's like bad blood between us, you know what I mean?
What's the bad blood?
Well, you gotta understand, Meek was with me when there wasn't nobody. The first person, if you ever ask him who the first person ever helped you out, first person put you on songs, it was me, right? So fast forward, when he started getting popping, I went to prison for a while, I come out, and he called me one day like, oh, you post my album? I posted it. I said 3 months later, when my joint come out, post mine, and he wouldn't do it. I'm like, well, how'd you? I got a song, I got one CD, he on 9 songs on one CD, one of my CDs, right? So this is my guy, this is my young boy, right? I said, why wouldn't post it? I didn't understand this. So we had to argue back and forth, and ever since then it was like free. Like we was all right. We tried to be all right, but then what didn't work. Like he turned to kind of like a diva. So he was different from the Meek Mills that I knew. You know what I mean? So man, this before the other boy didn't even know him yet. Garcia, he didn't even know him yet. You know what I mean? So when he started being with Meek, every Meek beef he got, he jumped in there and tried to like go at it with everybody in Meek's behalf. So that's what happened. Basically, the nutshell. You know what I mean?
All right, but if you look back on it, right? Mm-hmm. If you look back on it, a beef with someone over not posting something.
It wasn't a beef. It was this what happened. Say you call me Vlad. You say, post my Vlad whatever on your page. I said, all right, when mine's come out, post mine. You got 10 million followers. I got 100,000. Yeah. Right? So I'm posting yours on mine. So I'm thinking when you post mine, it's gonna give me that's equals money.
Okay.
And then plus you've been with me for years before. Hey, there's no reason not to do it.
Right.
I mean, it's free to post it. When you wouldn't do it, I mean like that, bro. So
okay, hold on. I have a problem with people that say it's free to post it because it's not free to post it.
Well,
You're using
it. I did my end of the
it doesn't cost you money, but there's the opportunity cost of what you just built up. You know, because people used to like. I remember like I had a partner. Me and him used to always like get into it because he'd be like, "Put my artist on your mixtape or your DVD. It doesn't cost you nothing." It's like, well, it does cost me something because I'm trying to create a product, and if I feel that this doesn't add to the product, it's just.
But if you call me to do it and we make a deal, that's different.
I got it, but. People get caught up in their own shit. People get busy. And sometimes things, fall by the wayside. And then, that moment is gone. It's too late to post it. And you know what I mean? Like,
no.
Listen, I just feel like.
No, that ain't what happened.
From the outside looking in, I just feel like to really not get along with someone over a post.
No, he got snapped on me about it, though. Me asking me to post. So for instance, it's time for the post mines, right?
Yeah.
His page was took down. I'm like, his page took down. So I was on my live on Instagram, like, yo, I know we can't take his page down and not to post my shit. It was a joke. He must have watched me from some other page. And like, fuck, nigga, fuck. Started cussing at me, going crazy and all that. So it wasn't like I started the
okay.
He came at me about it. I guess he did that argument so he wouldn't have to post it for real. Yeah, I mean, that's how I took it. I mean, anyway. So it wasn't like me starting with him. It was like he came at me about posting because he didn't want to post my shit. My thing is this, you shouldn't even ask me to post yours. We wouldn't even have none of the problems at all. You know what I mean?
Okay, but.
So post, you can't look at it as just a post. If you're doing music and you gotta see something to sell.
I get it, but posts come and go.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say like, yo, I was supposed to get a feature on this album, we made a deal, and then ultimately the feature never came out, then it's like, okay, I might feel some type of way about it.
I'm saying, if you post your stuff, somebody's stuff on your shit, right? And it's up there for 3 months. I mean, and it's your time to post yours. I mean, and then you come cussing the person out because you don't want to do it. I mean, for me, especially it's a person that you know real well.
Yeah.
Person that you're with every day. Ain't like as if it's some regular shit like that.
I feel you.
So my thing is that it wasn't like a super beef. It was like he come talking shit to me, but it wasn't like, I know I took it serious as a threat or nothing like that. It's just like two guys not getting along. You know what I mean? That wasn't like a bad thing, but at that point, it made me look at you as a hater. Like, why wouldn't you do that? You know what I mean? So like, I couldn't think of why we wouldn't do it. So fast forward, like, I mean, my thing is like this. All right, you don't fuck with me, that's cool. But I don't like doing the faking like we cool or nothing like that. But it wasn't nothing for nobody else to get involved in. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, so this thing with Garcia. I guess my concern is the fact that both of y'all live in Philly and he's got the Dream Chaser Association and Meek has money to put in these situations and kind of do this sort of third party, you know, where he don't have to get his hands dirty, but he could give someone some money and they might, you know, whatever. Don't you think it's worth it at your age and your maturity level to just say, you know something?
Some shit beyond what you could, if somebody want to come at beef with you, there's nothing you could do. You can't just like, I mean, what you gonna do?
Let's just say you're mad at me and you call me up and say, yo, when I see you, I'm gonna kill you.
But my thing is this, suppose you mad at me and I never said nothing to you at all. You never talked
so
at all.
So you call me up and you say, I'm gonna kill you when I see you, and I don't know what it's about.
You know, I mean, you know this about it ain't got nothing to do with you though.
Okay.
See, I said something about him.
Okay.
I mean, you cool though. We know each other. I said something about him. I mean,
you say you're gonna kill my cameraman.
No, I mean, I'm just beefing. We're not saying like directly at this time. Listen, at this time,
like, what did I do?
You know what I'm saying? At this time, man, we didn't say nothing to each other, right? We just don't like each other, kind of. You know, we didn't say nothing at that moment, and you just get in it. I mean, mind you, I know you before you knew him, and I knew him before you. I know both of y'all very well.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, so.
But you say you're gonna kill me over the situation. Yeah. I would try to fix it.
Maybe I didn't get to that maturity level yet. You know what I mean?
If you said that you're going to kill me, and I think that's a credible threat on some level, if I feel that you're capable of doing this, right? Because I get death threats in my DMs all the time. I remember this one dude was like, and I think it was over the Arab shit, because there was a fake article going around that were like, in retrospect, I should have just addressed it, but I just didn't say anything because I thought it was stupid. But there was an article going around from some hip hop website no one had ever heard of before. And it was like, the title was, Judge personally thanks DJ Vlad for helping to convict ARF.
Well, he's made some
and
shit
it showed
up.
like this white judge who wasn't even the judge on the case. You could talk to ARF. I have nothing to do with this case. But this got to the point where like, this is why me and Questlove don't like each other. Questlove like made a comment about, I told y'all not to mess with Vlad or some shit like that. And it's like, God damn, man, you got like 10 million followers. And it
wasn't even real.
And it wasn't even real, right? So people started like threatening me in the DMs. This one dude was like, it's like, yo, when you come to New York, you're gonna die. I remember I went on his Instagram, he's sitting next to his car, his driver's license plate, like his license plate's right there. And I'm like, yeah, this is a death threat. Like I could literally go to NYPD and he'll get arrested for this shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do anything, but I'm like, okay, this doesn't seem credible to me, right? I don't think he's really going to try to do something. I think he's just running with the hype and whatever else. But if it's credible, and let's just say me and you, like I know that you're capable of violence, you have a history, whatever else. If you said, I'm going to kill you, I have a few choices, right?
And I'm not saying that's what he said. I'm just giving you like a scenario. Like if somebody said that to you, like I'm gonna kill you.
Someone said that to me.
Yeah.
I would try to have a conversation with that person.
It don't work like that from my world I'm from. It don't.
Why not?
It just don't. I mean, because at that point, like when are you gonna stop? When is the pushover gonna stop? If somebody just picking on you, I just don't. This just don't work like that for me.
Are they picking on you though? But like they're not really picking on you. They're just saying stuff.
Yeah, well, whatever.
It's not like being in the schoolyard and you're being surrounded.
But somebody
or whatever
that you know though, it's different. Like it's like you know.
Okay, so you and I know each other, and you just told me that you're gonna kill me.
Yeah, but you're white though. Vlad's different, bro.
Listen,
I'm just telling you.
I'm still a man.
Yeah, but the guy's different.
I've been in some serious situations in my day. I've had to defend my life, like for real.
I'm gonna give you a scenario, right? It might be the wrong. Now, mind you, this might be the wrong thinking, but this is how it goes in the hood, right? When one person do something to you, and you don't address it, that's you become a doormat. You mean?
But addressing it doesn't mean violence. Addressing could mean a conversation.
But yeah, well, that's not that. I don't go like that. It could go like that. Should go like that, but don't. That's not how it go in Philly.
Listen, I personally think that in situations like this, most times both people don't really want to get into it, and a lot of times, both people are looking for a reason to make this problem go away. Because who really wants to be in a situation where it's on site? And you live in the same city and you might see each other.
No, for me, you gotta understand. For me, it's like, okay, at this point in my life, it's only because of people that I love. For me, that was my life for years, right? On site, whatever. But I can't live as a coward. I can't be the type of boy that's like, yo, okay, I'm scared of all this. I just don't think like. And I know
having a conversation doesn't mean you're a coward.
No, I'm talking about just period. Like somebody saying something. Mind you, I was going through a lot. I mean, period. I'm just getting over stuff with my son. So like, I be on edge already anyway. Like, so when somebody come at me anyway, I'm like, oh, man, I ain't trying. I really don't be trying to hear that none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's when I ain't deserve it. If I ain't saying nothing to you, you just jumping my shit, saying some crazy shit to me. Like, I mean, to me, I'm like, what are you talking about? So at that point, I think it's up to him to fix it. You know what I mean? I ain't like I said something to him. You know what I mean? So my thing is like, I mean, and you might be right. It's a lot of times the hood make you think backwards. But that's just how you, I mean, at some point, like, man, listen, it is what it is. Like, I mean, so.
Here's how I look at it. When I have a problem with somebody, I try to have a conversation with them.
I ain't have a problem with him, though.
Okay, no, but I'm saying if someone has a problem with me, I'll try to have a conversation. If there's some sort of solution in that conversation and they turn around and do the same thing again, then I know that there's no more talking after that. Then I have to, prepare to defend myself. However that means, whether it's security, whether it's having someone else handle it, which I never try to do because then I'm obliged to that person, but usually I'll get security. I'll prepare, like for example, me and Joe Budden, we ran into each other, around Christmas time in New York. Joe Budden used to say, when I see Vlad, it's on site. And I got lawyer money put aside, for when I get arrested and whatever else. But yeah, when I see, he told me to suck his dick before, on camera and whatever else. And, I remember I used to go when he had a show at Complex, Everyday Struggle, and I used to be working with Complex. I used to go there, with security every time. Because I'm like, if I run into Joe, I'm not going to risk my safety. I'm going to have someone else handle it.
I mean, that's probably be a fight. That's it, though. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but how do these fights work out sometimes? You know what I'm saying? I'm not 20 years old anymore. A fight could mean a serious injury.
I keep your knife on you, Vlad.
Hey, you gotta carry something on me.
You gotta have something on you.
I always got something on me. I got something on me right now.
Why you gotta have something on you, bro? Like,
I got something on me right now. I'll just say that.
You're right. I mean, at the certain.
What I'm saying is though, like, okay, so I was prepared for the bullshit, right? Me and him ran into each other recently, but I could tell his energy wasn't on that. So I walked up to him, and we talked, we shook hands, and whatever. But what I'm saying is like, ultimately, most times you can just talk it out with the person.
But everybody not normal like that. Some people like really like not. It's not normal. Like they're not a normal person. I mean, so it's like, the man. And I know people. I know who they are. I know what kind of people they are. I mean, my thing is this.
Man, listen, I don't want to see something happen to you.
Man,
like I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear that suddenly some violent incident happened in Philly while you were ordering a cheesecake. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying if that happened though, that's just God's will. You know what I mean?
No, that's not God's will. That's you. That is a situation that you chose to handle a certain type of way.
Yeah, I'm not never changing how I handle certain things because that's just what I stand for. I mean, where I stand on that.
A conversation, there's nothing to be ashamed of a conversation.
But there's no conversation to be had on my end because I didn't start nothing with you. You know what I mean?
Whether you started it or didn't start it, a conversation could be had.
Well, tell me how the conversation will go on my end.
What's the problem?
I know the problem already.
Here's how these conversations go, right? So like, like for example, there's dude DJ Head from LA, right? He's down with TDE. Like I'd heard that he had said a bunch of things about me publicly, negative. And then we just happened to be, my man Rutimi, the actor, he had a listening party and we were both there. This was the first time I've seen him face to face. I had my security with him. And he was by himself. I had no fear whatsoever of anything happening bad. Right?
When you say security, how many people is his security?
One guy. But he's armed. Right? He's got a bulletproof vest. He's got various other weapons and so forth. Like, I've been rocking with him for like, oh my God, like 15 years. Right? Always been safe. So I walked up to him. And the first thing I said was, hey man, I respect what you do. That your role in that Kendrick Lamar concert was really dope. I fuck with TDE, I like your show that you do with my man, Elliot Wilson, and we're in the same business and I understand that you said some negative things about me, but I'm not sure why, because I've never said anything negative about you. And he said, no, man, I didn't really mean it that way. I just, some of the stuff you do, I just don't agree with, but that doesn't mean that we got beef or whatever else. I said, all right, cool. We shook hands and we even took a photo together. He had a girl with him that he does a show with. She's like, hey, let's all take a picture together. We're like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
and then, as far as I'm concerned, I got no more issues with him.
Yeah,
that's it. It could have went very differently. He could be like, yeah, fuck you. I don't fuck with you. You're a culture vulture. Suck my dick. Rah, 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 and then who knows what happened after that. Probably nothing, but who knows?
Bro, I wish I could be like, I wish I could do things like, handle things like that.
But my thing was like, when I approached him, the first thing I did was I humbled myself and I complimented him on who he was. And then afterwards, I told him what I felt the issue was. So it's not coming at him aggressively. I'm coming at him humbly.
See, I'm not doing all that for no man, another man.
Really?
No.
Okay.
It's not. It don't go like that. If you do some shit that's wrong to me, bro, I do nothing wrong to you. You gotta apologize to me. If that's how I'm carrying it, it's not. It's like it ain't got nothing to do with like being so scared I'm gonna make you right. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be so scared I'm gonna make you right for doing some shit to me.
I wasn't scared.
No, I'm talking
my
about
situation.
I'm talking about my end.
And I'm explaining to you the situation. I had zero fear.
No, I'm talking about on my end though.
In fact, like I'm deeper than he is in this situation. Like you know what I mean? If shit went on, like it was 2 against 1 and someone's got a gun.
Man.
Not to say this would have happened at all, but I'm just saying I approached him and I knew that there's a certain approach to it where we could actually have a good conversation. And there's a way that I could have put him on the defensive. I could have been like, yo, what's up with that shit you're talking about? What's up? I'm here. Say it to my face right now.
So what did this? Was you in the wrong when the beginning of the whole thing?
No, I was just doing me.
Was you said something about him or something?
No.
Oh.
He just didn't like some of the things generally I do with Vlad TV.
Oh.
Just generally.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Philly is a different type of place. It's like it's different. It's like, I mean,
men are men. Men have egos.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's when I'm right, when I feel like I could be thinking wrong, but when I'm right, I feel like you gotta apologize to me. I ain't do nothing to you, bro. Like, come on.
Well, man, listen,
so like, man, whatever.
You could feel that way, but ultimately,
you can still apologize. You can apologize and do all that. It's still
no one has to apologize.
I'm saying whatever you feel like you do right.
Did I apologize to DJ Head? Did DJ Head apologize to me?
No.
No.
It don't matter if you apologize or you don't. It's like it's the same. It could be still the same. Whatever's gonna happen. I mean, that don't stop nothing. I mean, I don't think that really stopped whatever. I mean, whatever.
I don't need apologies. At 51 years old, I don't care if a man or a woman apologizes to me. I don't
need one either.
I don't need one.
Like, I'm saying I'm not doing it. I mean, I don't need one.
I don't need to do it either. But what I'm saying is, there doesn't need to be unnecessary friction. Like look at, for example, Jay. I think Jay is one of the most brilliant dudes for this type of thing. Jay has consistently taken people he's beefed with and then signed them to his company. And made money off of them.
But he beefing with people that had skills and had a talent.
Yes, but not always at his level. So, for example, he signed Nas to Def Jam.
That's what I'm saying.
But he also signed, I think, Jim Jones to Rock Nation. He signed Fat Joe, I think, to Rock Nation as well. They used to beef. Remember the whole Rucker Park situation?
You name it all people.
And this is not a shot at Joe or Jim Jones, but I think both of them would say, we're not quite at the level of a Jay-Z, right? Like in terms of artistry, impact, whatever. I think they would both say that Jay-Z is above us when it comes to just the overall impact in terms of hip hop. But yet Jay went out of his way to sign these dudes to his label and just make money off them at the end, at the end of the day.
See, that's the thing. That if you beef with somebody that don't have them skills to do none of that stuff, I mean, it's like no. I mean, it's no.
But if there's a potential for a problem, potential for violence, why not de-escalate it? Listen, I'm not trying to just fan the flames of your beef with Garcia. I'm actually trying to do the opposite.
I understand.
This whole last 15 minutes, and I don't know this guy.
Yeah, I know.
I've never heard his name until today when I was doing research about it. I've never heard of him. No shot to Garcia, because I'm sure you're going to be listening to this every second. But what I'm saying is, this all sounds unnecessary, and it sounds like it could be fixed.
It is unnecessary,
right?
But that's how stuff going, and it's unnecessary.
Well, look, man,
retarded and unnecessary.
You're a grown man. You have children.
No, but I understand what you're saying.
You're going to do whatever you want to do, but I'm just going to put in my 5 cents. You know,
if I don't understand, I mean, it's just like a different type of politics. LA got their politics, and New York got their politics. Philly got their politics. It's like, I mean, it's just unfortunate that, I mean, person like Meek Mills that got some influence over him, right? This like his 5th time beefing with somebody over Meek Mills, right? They're the same age. I don't see why you got somebody just even fighting his battles for him. If he here start trouble, right? If you say something back about it, here come this guy, right? He can say like, so like basically what you're saying is he can say whatever you want, but if anybody respond to it, I'm right here to take up for him and do this. You can't do that with me. This is just, I mean, whether I'm right, wrong, and different. I mean, so like
everyone's different, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone's different.
Everybody not built for that. You know what I mean? Some people just not built for that.
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is this, like, I mean, I feel like
I just feel like
it's unnecessary for sure. It's unnecessary.
In these situations, the scariest dude, the smallest dude could crash out.
Yeah, anybody can crash out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that it's very easy to underestimate people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, me and Mano have had this conversation. Like, you know, like he got his face cut from a dude that he thought would never touch him because he cut this dude.
I must cut when I try to underestimate somebody, I got to stab him in the face. I definitely understand that.
Exactly.
I mean,
you know, and I remember he said that moment solidified that he would never underestimate anybody again. And he never did.
I don't underestimate nobody at all. I mean, this is what it is, though. I mean, it's just like, I mean, like, of course it's unfortunate. I mean, but it is what it is. Like, I mean, some things I think is unavoidable. Because like, somebody keeps saying, want to just go through something with you, they're going to find a reason to go through something with you. You can't, it's not nothing. Even if no matter how much you bitch up and say, I'm sorry, and that's not going to work.
I'm not telling you to go apologize to him.
I'm not saying you said that.
I never said that.
No, I'm not saying you said that. I'm just saying, I'm just talking in general. Like, so it don't matter if you want to be like, I mean, if somebody want to go through something with you, they're going to go through something with you, period. I mean, so like, it's unavoidable. Like, I mean, because at the end of the day, I don't even say his name at all, period. I mean, so he wanted to come out, do something, get with me, go through something with me. He just used to find any excuse to do it. I'm not gonna sit here and apologize to nothing. None of that. I mean, I like nigga. Fuck. The same way you feel, that's how I feel. I mean,
well, I'll just leave you with this statement, right? And we'll get off this topic. I remember reading, I think it was the Dale Carnegie book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Like that's the book
that Hitler, Charlie Manson was reading.
Possibly, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a famous book.
Is it all for like the 60s, 50s?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Charles Manson used to get his followers. Yeah.
But that's not what the book is known for. It's a huge bestseller, sold millions of copies around the world and so forth. I don't know about the Charles Manson part.
No, you look it up.
You're probably right. You're probably right. You're probably right, but I'm saying, but that's not the purpose of the book.
No, I know.
Right?
It's the one friends. Influence.
You know, influence mass murderers.
He just influenced the wrong.
He just happened to influence that guy, right? I get it, right?
Yeah.
But the one thing I remember always stuck to me in this book was he's, you know, and they interviewed a lot of CEOs and everything else like that, you know, when putting this book together. And the one thing they said is that when you look at the people in the biggest power positions who run companies and so forth, a lot of times they're not the smartest people. They're not, you know, they're not always like PhDs and scientists. They're not experts in their field. What they know how to do better than anyone else is they know how to work with people and manage people and deal with people's emotions and expectations and get everyone working together towards a common cause. Those are the CEOs that are making the billions of dollars. They have people under them that are smarter than them, you know, that know the technology better, that work harder than them, that like are more devoted, whatever else, but they know how to deal with everyone and get all these personalities on the same page
that's like a
and
leader.
Move forward with the bigger picture. So all I'm saying is your bigger picture is your overall life and your overall happiness.
For sure.
All these people like Garcia and whoever else, these are all just footnotes. And your bigger picture is your future, your happiness, your kids, your family.
Yeah, you put it. That's a good way to.
That's all I want to say.
That's a good way to put it. The way you just broke it down like that. So, but I tell you, like sometimes when you raised in a certain type of way, right, you think backwards, and it's hard to break it. You know, it's hard to be like go do something all the way different than all. It's almost like telling a lion, don't bite somebody. Like, I mean, don't bite them. I know you you want to eat them because that's what you taught all your life, but you can't bite them right now. I mean, so it's like that. And even though you might know this wrong, it's like you don't even know how to make your mind think different to be different. You know what I mean? You don't even know how to say, well, I mean, it's just and it's a fault. But see, I always know my faults. You know what I mean? But it's like it's a thing where as though like I'm just being honest with you 100%. It's like a thing like where as though for men in the hood sometimes pride is all we have. And ego is all we have. I mean, like if you, it's like almost.
Yeah, but you have way more than pride and ego.
Yeah, I'm saying, but most of our lives, that's all we had.
Look at how many people tune in whenever you come here.
Oh, yeah,
at least 1 million people.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? You don't just have pride and ego. You're not like one of these dudes that are just, have an Instagram page with 10 followers. You know what I'm saying?
You definitely put some thoughts in my head. Like I said, I told you, it's like it's for just in general, like the general guy in the hood, we think backwards. Stuff we think about, we only go by death.
Yeah, but you are not that anymore.
Yeah.
You are way beyond that.
Sometimes the devil be just pulling you back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the thing is, I was fighting for light before this happened, right? Yeah. It's almost like every time you like going like this, it's like something just happens. It seemed like, it was like a test. So maybe this is just a test, a real hard test. Real hard test. Because like, because at the end of the day, I know, regardless, even if it was no matter what each side, whatever happened, it would be like devastating because it'd be a lot of people involved. And it's like it's a lot. That's why I said I take fault at Meek because he started all this shit, right? He's supposed to be like more of he's not a leader. You feel me? So like I'm saying, if I got a young boy that's with me, right? Every time I say something to somebody, he go jump out doing this and that and the third, right?
Well, but that's obvious because I don't know Meek. Yeah. We've never had a conversation.
Yeah.
He knows who I am. He's mentioned me before here and there. But like, if you just take a step back, Meek has never actually built a company. Dream Chasers is a cool name. It's got a cool logo, but there's never really been artists that have come out from Dream Chasers that have been successful. Dream Chasers is just Meek Mill's company that represents Meek Mill. That's it. Yeah. He is good at being Meek Mill, and that's it.
Yeah, for sure.
He hasn't created a movement. He didn't sign a bunch of artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Rick Ross, like, he's had, Meek Mill, for example, he signed Meek Mill.
Yeah.
That was probably his biggest success. But I'm saying, like, it takes a lot to sign an artist and build them up and everything else like that. I think Roddy Ricch was supposed to sign to Meek Mill at one point, but didn't. And, he may have come close a couple times, but ultimately, I think Meek is 99% focused on Meek's career. He's not focused on building a company, building a movement, getting other artists, building businesses and so forth like that. I think he's focused on being a rapper that's still relevant in this world today and not being on a major label anymore. That becomes harder. Yeah. So, yeah.
I just think the way society is now is if any person got a couple of dollars, people don't tell them the truth. They just let them do anything and be like, whatever. True. Instead of saying, listen, I don't think you should like go down this path because it's not good for nobody involved. But the fact that I guess he want to be like he never got to be a gangster when he was broke. So it's like he's trying to be a gangster now when they got some money to do certain things, like whereas though he don't even know the repercussions of it.
Well, that's because a lot of times these dudes surround themselves by people who are not at their financial level.
Yes. You
see what I'm saying? So it's like, for example, like with me, when I deal with people who have money, I have money. So if they're like, yo, if you keep saying that, I'm going to cut you off. Cut me off from what? You have nothing to do with my income stream. I walked in this conversation rich, I'm going to walk out of this conversation rich. If you never talk to me again, I don't care. So you have to surround yourself with people that are on an equal level. If everyone is just eating off of you, they're just going to keep agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Because they want to keep eating.
And that's the situation. That's the situation right now. Because at the end of the day, I just think that, because if it was me, and I got a young boy that I'm like, don't chill out. Because it's not worth it. Yeah. There's no money. It's not about money. It's not about nothing. It's just about person just want to be, want to act like they just run Philadelphia or whatever, that thing they got going on. But I'm mad I got caught up in it. But, once you in it, it's what it is. I like it. You can't rewind time. You can't say, well, I should have did this, I should have did that. It's like, but it's so crazy. If I had family and all that, people that's on some positive shit, bro, I'm with all that. Like, it's so crazy because that's like, how somebody good at something, but the shit they're good at, they can't do. Like, it's almost like a person like, man, I'm really good at fucking loan sharking. I'm real good at fucking being a terrorist, knocking down buildings, right? But I can't do it because this shit, it's wrong. That's so like there, I can't even do it. So like, I'm trying to learn how to be like a regular civilian. Sometimes it's a struggle sometimes because in prison, you can't let nothing slide in prison. If you're in there for years and years and years and years.
We're not in prison.
No, I'm saying, listen, it's your mind frame. Like, if you do something for years and years and years, even if you're faking it, eventually it's going to become your personality. It's like something that's come natural. So you jump out, then you think about it later, like, damn, I should have handled that a little bit different. But it's like it'd be like too late sometimes.
Well, speaking of rewinding time, one of my Vlad TV YouTube members, Nobled45, brought up something interesting I didn't know about. You and Tommy Hill from Ram Squad had like some issues back in the day.
Yeah.
And I guess Tommy Hill was also dissing Beanie Siegel around the same time. And I remember when I interviewed Joey Merlino, who is the rumored mob boss of Philly, we talked about how he actually, I guess, invested in Tommy Hill, the whole Ram Squad thing to try to get the music going.
Yeah.
But Tommy's story is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Tommy was a made guy. He was like a person people looked up to at first.
So was he a mafia guy?
I used to be with him though. He wasn't a mafia guy because he black, but he used to be with him. I mean, that was like they used to be together. I mean, they had billboards up and everything. They was doing anything just before State Property even came out.
Let me tell you, like last year, I think it was last year, I didn't really even know what I was walking into, but this Joey Merlino interview, when I did it, it went crazy.
Joey Merlino was you gotta remember, he was a guy that was a mob boss in football, alleged, whatever.
Alleged.
I mean, but
so you knew about Joey Merlino?
Everybody fully knew about him.
Everybody knew about Joey Merlino.
Yes. It's almost like John Gotti in New York.
So he was a John Gotti of Philly.
Yes, and on the
well,
news.
Actually, I even brought that up. I mean, basically, he was like the Teflon Don.
When
basically.
you used to see him back in the day, like, oh, that's
he was always fresh, you know.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
The black bands, they like a mob person off the TV. You know what I mean, had
He
baseball
really
games,
is.
but he messed with a lot of black people. You know what I mean, so like, people, he was young. He was like in his 20s or something when he was like the boss.
Really?
Yeah. So like he was like for a kid like me when I was growing up. Joey Merlino was like a John Gotti from Philly.
You would see him around.
Yeah, I see him. He'd be outside. He'd be out like
he was outside like that.
I seen him about 5 times. I seen him at a baseball game. He used to have his little baseball games. He used to have. I seen him on South Street a lot of times. He's South Philly boy. Like I mean, but he'd be out in the mix. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I did his first interview ever.
Yeah, he was in jail for a while too. He was in jail for a while.
No, he was in and out. He would get out and he'd be like associating with like other mob affiliates and they'd send him back in.
He stayed on the news like how John Gotti used to be on the news out here. He was on the news.
He was really like that.
Yeah, reputed mobster, mob boss. Yeah, they say that on this joint every time. Yeah.
He denied everything in the interview.
He supposed to.
I'll bring up the mafia. He's like, I don't know anything about the mafia.
Yeah, you watch Sopranos, you know.
Oh yeah, no man. He was like, I felt like out of all the mob guys I've interviewed in my whole life, and we're probably talking about over 100 of them, I felt like he was the most serious.
He looked like a mobster too, don't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I never met him personally, like talk to him. And I just know. He's from Philly.
I got his phone number.
And you're a certain age, you know Joey. You know who Joey Merlino is.
So Tommy Hill was running with Joey Merlino in a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And Joey Merlino was putting money behind him. That's where the billboards came.
Yeah, late 90s.
But Tommy Hill also was labeled as a rat.
Yeah.
Because he testified against a bunch of drug dealers.
I don't know exactly who he testified against, but they say it was, he told him somebody. I think he was in prison with or something like that.
Joey Merlino hates rats.
Yeah.
All through the interview.
That's because most people in the mob get their time from somebody telling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why would Joey Merlino work with a guy?
That's before that.
Oh.
That happened later.
Oh, that happened later.
Yeah, that happened later. Way later.
Okay.
Like years and years and years later. No, he wasn't like that was years later. I mean.
Well, yeah, because Tommy Hill at one point was a drug dealer himself.
Yeah.
He went to prison for 2 years, early 2000s.
Yeah.
And then in 2011, he was leaving a bar.
Yeah.
You know the story?
Yeah. Everybody fully know the story.
So he was leaving a bar. He didn't pay his tab, I guess accidentally.
Yeah, I don't know what happened exactly down at the bar.
Yeah, so he was at a bar. He left without paying his tab. So the manager followed him outside. He was like, yo, you owe some money. So as Tommy Hill was pulling his money out to pay him, 3 guys approached him and they started to rob him.
Yeah, I heard it was something like that.
No, I found the article about it. So 3 guys approached him and said, this is a robbery. So the manager backed away and he saw at least one of the dudes had a gun on him. So as the 2 dudes were going through Tommy Hill's pockets, a shot goes off. So then the manager and one of the other employees had guns on him as well. So a shootout occurred. And when the dust settled, Tommy Hill was dead.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Yeah, that was real unfortunate. I mean, I heard about that. I know exactly when that was going on because we was going through like a little disagreement at the time. You know what I mean?
What was the issue?
Just, he had said something on the radio about some female rappers in Philly. Like because I told her I should look up to him. I know him like personally. So I called him like, yo, why you said it about the girls from Philly that rap? And he starts, you can't fucking check me, this, that, and start snapping on me. We start arguing. that was the gist of it, you know what I mean? So it was just like that, you know what I mean? So, you know, because I think we felt, because he was the big guy in Philly for a while. So I feel like when he had that spot no more, I feel like he just felt like he wanted to like.
Wait, Tommy Hill was the big guy in Philly?
Yeah, back in the 90s, like late 90s. Yeah, he was.
Wait.
He's a major guy, bro.
Wait.
If you're from Philly, as far as getting money, as far as like stunting and he rap, of course, they had like 2 songs.
Okay, so yeah, rap-wise, I never heard of him.
I remember they had 2 songs in Philly, right? This before this in the late 90s. Philly ain't had no rappers yet, really, besides, you know, Will Smith and shit like that.
Wait, hold on.
We had Tough Crew, we had, I'm talking about...
Steady B.
Yeah, that's the 80s, though.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So now you're talking about like 96, right?
Well, but I mean, Beanie Siegel...
He wasn't out in 96. And then he didn't exist in 96 at all.
Oh, really?
No, at all. So that's what I'm saying. Ram Squad was it at the time. They was the top. I mean, then they was doing it big though. You know that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Beanie's first album was 2000.
Yeah, they was doing it big. I'm talking about. So Ram Squad was like that's who tape we had when we was in school. That's what we listened to. They had like 2 songs that was hits for the city. Yeah, I remember back then. We don't know what New York and what Baltimore doing. Ain't no internet and all that. Whatever's going on in your city, that's what you know.
Okay.
And Ram Squad was popping. I mean, so then they got the look. Got the cars, they got the jury. I mean, he had everything. So, you know, as a kid that's trying to rap, like, yo, that's who you looked up to. You know what I mean?
Okay, so what was the problem between Tommy Hill and Beanie Siegel?
I don't really know. I just, like I said, I think he wanted to be the big guy, like he used to be, and just feel like, you know, people took that spot and he just didn't like it. I mean, so he just came, I mean, because Tommy was known as a street person. I mean, he was like a person that people, not only did he rap, you know, he had everything. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's unfortunate they went out like that because he was like, but he was doing it young too. He was real young doing it. So like it was like a person you looked up to. I mean, so it was unfortunate, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I read the articles, like people were saying that was a hit.
Probably so.
It wasn't just a random robbery.
Yeah, probably
it was actually a hit.
Probably so.
Yeah. Like
I mean, because you know, once you cooperate with the people, like you never know what's going to happen. You gotta remember, if you put somebody in prison or whatever, I mean, you mean so like at that point you taking somebody's freedom away from them, you taking whatever they don't. I mean, they liable to do anything. I mean, at that point, especially if they're in jail already, because you know you can get a hit done from in jail. You know what I mean? So like, you know, that's why the whole thing about that stuff, man, if you do something, you gotta just do the time for it.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean?
Well, just recently in Fort Worth, Texas, a rapper named G Money Lil Ronnie
His daughter?
and his 5-year-old daughter got shot to death at a car wash.
I seen it. They caught the people that did it too.
They caught the people that did it.
In Texas.
Man, I hope these two get raped every day in
Did
prison.
they kill a daughter
Honestly,
on purpose?
I hope they get raped every day in prison.
So they got the shooting on tape? They don't got the shooting?
Yeah, it's on tape.
They shot the daughter on purpose?
Probably not.
But they shot the car.
Who knows?
But like his body was over, like their bodies was in 2 different places, it looked like. I mean, you know, if they probably feel like she 5, she can tell. That's how, you know, that's how they carrying it out in these streets. These streets don't got no mercy, they don't, like. If
5-year-old little girl, man.
No, that's terrible. I
remember my little girl was 5. I can't even comprehend.
Bro, you got to think about it. If a person,
I can't even comprehend. I might go and kill somebody. Like honestly, like I think if someone killed my daughter at 5, well, really any age, but at 5 years old,
that's crazy.
I think I might crash out. I think I might go get a gun and kill that person if I knew who it was.
I'm gonna tell you something. I remember these guys I was in Camp Hill prison. They was next door. 2 twins, twin brothers. They was across from me talking to each other, right? So they went inside some house and robbed the house. And they killed everybody in the house except for this little boy who was sitting downstairs watching cartoons. So the one twin said he went upstairs. The other twin went in the basement because people was in the basement too. And they like, yo, so the little boy ended up being the one that told on them to get him life. He was like, I think he was 9 or 10. They was arguing, cussing each other about why they didn't kill a little kid. Boy, I thought you was gonna kill him. Man, you let that little... Back and forth about killing this little kid, like they got him life. Not saying about they shouldn't have went in there and did what they did, but so a person that hears stuff like that, and if you know you're doing something crazy, you gonna always put yourself above. I mean, I don't agree with it. I would never do it. I would take the risk of a kid just telling on me. I can't kill a 5-year-old kid. Period. Me personally, but a lot of people can.
I mean, in general, like in situations like this, if you're really beefing it with someone, and it's really on site, and you see that person with a child, do most people just give that person a pass?
This day and age, probably not.
Really?
Yeah.
They would shoot even with a small child in the vicinity.
I would say yes more than no.
Really?
Yeah, I would say yes more than no.
That's horrible, man.
It was just a fight in Philly where the girls was fighting and the girl punched their little baby in the stroller in the face.
What?
Did you see that?
I've never heard of this.
It happened like
a baby got punched in the face in a stroller.
Last week they fighting. Listen, they fighting and the girl just punched the baby in the face like it did in the face, like she was a grown up or something. It's probably popped up.
Yep, here it is.
Philly not a real place, bro.
Okay, hold on. Oh my God. She just ran by and just socked the baby.
A baby, bro. So like, you can't even think for these people out here. You gotta, they diabolical, man. Like, so like, you know what the best thing to do? Get money and leave.
Yeah, man, listen, I remember a video was circulating, I don't know, this was maybe 5 years ago. It was like a dude goes to a funeral and like punches the dude in the casket. Like the whole place just goes crazy. Like
the stuff I see on the computer, like I never think none of these things would even exist in life, but you know, they get nothing surprises me. Nothing. You see at the funerals now, people like they be posing them, they have them on motorcycles, and I mean it's just like everything is a joke. It seems like now nothing is real. I mean, I think that come from. They don't be talking about. They're not allowed to talk about God in schools. They're not allowed to talk. Everything. Nothing guy has God in it. Everything is about like something else.
Well, you know something? The mother of the baby that got hit went and caught up to the woman that hit the baby and like
she should have
beat her up. Yeah.
Well, everybody was mad about that. Like I mean, because she took her time to just punch the baby in the face, man. Like that baby, like it's probably about what 3 years old.
That baby looks about 2.
That's crazy.
That was like a 2-year-old baby, and you see the baby kind of cover his face afterwards.
Yeah,
like,
it's like she probably like, oh, you came with him, like. That's what I'm saying. They thinking it's crazy. A 2-year-old baby in a stroller, you took your time to punch it. Who was filming though? Somebody happened to catch that on film. That's crazy. But it's like that's Philly.
This is like 2
Philly,
weeks
nothing
ago.
surprised you in Philly, man.
This is like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
this is the worst shit I've ever seen.
It's just happened.
This is the worst shit I've ever seen. I'm actually mad at you that you're mentioning that I had to look this up.
No,
you're not my friend anymore.
That's crazy.
This is just horrible, though.
At least the baby.
It's a goddamn baby.
Yeah, that's.
This is like almost like a comedy. Like you know what I mean? Like this is like Philly's not a real place. This is like some not real place type shit.
Philly's not a real place, man. It's nothing that would surprise you in Philly. If something happens, like, oh, all right, that's something about it can happen. I don't think it's nothing that could not happen. That I could hear of that I could think would not happen. I mean, you take a bunch of people that don't got no hope, they don't have no education. I mean, anything.
They out here punching babies.
I've never seen that, but that's the.
And a female did it at that. It was a female. You would think that at least a female, and I bet you she probably got kids.
She probably know the baby. They probably know each other.
Never like that baby.
They probably know each other.
I'm gonna
like,
punch that baby first chance I get.
Always wanted to do it, and just like, all right, this is
that baby been mean mugging me.
She should go to jail for that.
She should absolutely go to jail for it.
Yeah, she probably won't though.
Man, let me tell you, if someone tells me that baby, that woman's name, I'll call the police myself.
You know, it's crazy, Philly. If your crime not stupid so bad, they don't really take it serious. If it ain't like,
punching a baby is not serious.
It ain't die. It ain't get hurt. Like probably get probation.
But did he die?
It means it was like.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because it's just so crazy.
You know what's gonna happen? The baby's gonna grow up, and the baby's gonna see that. The baby's gonna go get his lick back. That's what's gonna happen. That's what punched me when I was 2. All right, when she's 20, the baby's 20, and the lady's 60. I mean,
yeah. I remember in junior high, this teacher slammed me up against like this
the teacher slammed
counter. Yeah, this teacher.
So you went to school in New York?
No, in the Bay, in California.
I know in Texas they had the pad where they could beat you. Did they have that out here?
No, you're not allowed to touch. You're not allowed to touch kids. It was illegal. Like he slammed me up against this counter, hurt my back. You know, my parents went and talked to the school and everything else like that. Mr. Baumgartner, I think that was his name.
You remember his name because he slammed you?
I remember his name, Mr. Baumgartner, I believe was his name. And I just remember for years I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna find out where he lives. I'm gonna show up at his house. I'm like, you know, now I'm probably way bigger than him and whatever else. But I'm like.
But just imagine if your life was just terrible, like you just like fuck it, like you know,
I mean I had a good life.
You got stuff to lose now.
But I feel like okay, if I show up, it's an old man at this point. He's probably like 70 years old. It's like I'm gonna get arrested. I mean, he might die. Like you know, what I mean, like you punch an old man, he might die. And I'm just like, you know, what if he has a gun? He might shoot me. Like I was just like, there's no really wins in this whole situation.
It's hard to stay mad after a long time like that. But I mean, if you see something like that, your slam wasn't on tape.
Yeah,
you got to keep watching him slam with
him. This is, you know, this brings me to the whole Black Sam situation in the beginning. It's like this dude Rockstar, like motherfuckers, they're DMing him that every 5 minutes. So he all through his DMs is that video over and over again. And then dudes, you know, like his friends or people that know him, people that don't like him, they're going to be constantly bringing that up, you know, in his face. So he'll get more and more mad. You know, he already told, Black Sam need to, you know, give me the fade. Black Sam ain't giving no damn.
That's crazy.
Fade.
Like I said, like in the black community, a lot of times we handle stuff wrong because we raised different. I mean, it's all about being macho and being tough. Like, I mean, because if you're not tough, you're gonna get taken advantage of. I mean, especially when you don't have no money, you pour you out these streets. Everybody trying to get some money. So like, then even if you make it, you still have that same mind frame. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I mean, you feel like, man, I ain't going for that shit. But of course, it could be the wrong mind frame. You're trying to do something bigger. I mean, but it's like a test. See if you pass your test or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes we fail. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you humans. We humans, like, and like I said, if you train like a certain way for your whole life, it's hard to just say, all right, I'm not gonna do that. And it's like almost like somebody on heroin, like I'm not gonna shoot no dope up. Like, and when you don't do it, you feel sick. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm even doing this. Like, it's almost like a sickness to go to somebody like and apologize or be like give in or something like that. It's like it's unheard of in the world that I come from. You know what I mean? It's like they don't do that. You know what I mean? Man, and of course, it's a dumb way to think, but that's just how it go in your mind. You know what I mean?
Well, Corey Walker, one of the 4 men responsible for killing Pop Smoke, he actually accepted a plea deal.
For how long?
Well, he was locked up when he was 19. He accepted a 29-year plea deal. He's been locked up for 5 years now, I think.
Does one of them get out?
The young one got out. So the dude that was underage, probably the driver, you know what I'm saying? Probably had a lesser role in the murder. But he got out. He did the no jumper interview.
I see. Hey.
Right?
He was talking crazy on there too.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. But this dude here, man, a 29-year plea deal. That's a hell of a plea deal.
How old was he? Like 20?
Well, he's 24 right now.
I mean,
so he's going to be in prison longer than he's been alive.
My son took a plea deal for 20 to 40. He
20 to 40.
20 to 40.
For murder?
Yeah. He been in jail 6 years. He gonna get out. He was 20. He was about 21 when he took the deal. So you know what I mean, but you gotta remember, in Pennsylvania, will keep you in jail till you're 1,000 years old. You know, they don't listen. If you look at the oldest inmate, juvenile that's did life sentence, just got out of jail about 2 years ago. He's in Philly. He was in jail since 1952. He just got out 2 years ago.
1952.
Look it up. 1953. Look it up. He was in my jail. Listen, I'm in jail. I'm getting a physical in jail. They give me a physical. He walks in there and just grabs some Band-Aids. I'm like, who the fuck was that? So he could just go where he want. He just can't leave the jail. He been in here before. You know what I mean? Before every person. You know what I mean? Before these guards was born. He felt like 15 years old. He got out, I think he was like, 80 or something like that?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This looked like an ancient human being.
Yeah.
His name is Joe
Ligon. Ligon. Yeah.
Joe Ligon.
Yeah. I was upgraded for
He got out in 2021.
He felt 1953. My mom wasn't born yet.
After 68 years in prison, America's oldest juvenile lifer was released.
Now, listen, take that 20 years in context with that. You know, 49 years early. You know what I mean? They sit you down. Pennsylvania don't care about none of that.
He came out at 83 years old.
When in 15, came out 83.
83. My dad died when he was 84.
But he probably once you get in jail that long, I mean, they offered him to get out on parole. He turned it down. So I'm not getting out on parole. So he stayed like another 2 years.
So this is what he said. He said, the child that committed those crimes back in 1953 no longer exists. The person that came out of prison in 2021 is 83 years old, has grown, changed, is no longer a threat. This is not him saying that, against his lawyer. He simply repaid society for the damage and harm that he did, and now it's appropriate that he spends the last years of his life in freedom. He said, and then Ligon, that's it? Mm-hmm. So Ligon actually says, I'm a grown-up now. I'm not a kid anymore. Not only am I a grown man, I'm an old man and getting older every day.
Man, he went to jail like right after World War II. Like, see, when he went to jail, Malcolm X wasn't famous. Martin Luther King wasn't famous. They wasn't out. I mean, he went to jail before. Just think about that. Martin Luther King wasn't out yet. He was like a
John F. Kennedy wasn't out yet.
He was in jail since then, always in 2021. That's what Pennsylvania do to you. Pennsylvania, listen, bro.
What did he go to prison for?
It was like they had stabbed somebody. Bro, imagine what kind of jury he had in 1953.
Right, here we go. So this is what happened.
It was like
he was incarcerated in 1953 at the age of 15.
Yeah, 15.
Given a mandatory life sentence after pleading guilty to charges stemming from a robbery and stabbing spree in Philadelphia with 4 other teenage boys. Mm-hmm. The crime left 6 people wounded and 2 people dead.
But guess what? The people that died probably be like, let them out. They were spirits. They be like, yo, all right, let him out. Like, God, that's unnecessary. If you're 15, so anyways, you know how he got out? They changed the law to saying that giving a juvenile life sentence without parole is unconstitutional. It's cruel and unusual punishment. But they took it away for a minute. He got out. They put it back. Now it's back. Trump got it back. It's back. Like, so like we can still do but Pennsylvania had the most lifers juveniles doing life than anywhere in the world.
Well, you know, Trump just announced that he wants to make a law that if you kill a cop, you get the death penalty.
That's like that anyway in Philly.
And he's saying that drug dealers should get the death penalty as well. Because he feels that every drug dealer kills at least like 50 people with drugs.
Why do you think that? Or with their drugs that they selling?
Yeah.
I I think Trump, I think Trump get up in the morning, right, and just be like, let me see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change today. Let me change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
I like that actually.
Let me make everybody.
I like the Gulf of America.
My thing is this. This is the thing with me. I don't care. You feel me? Like I don't care about the Gulf or nothing's called. That want nothing to do with me. But I'm just saying. I think he know how to just make people get mad. I don't know if do we take that shit, like he got a card saying if you want to be in America, you got to pay $5 million for like instead of a green card.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. There's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying for $5 million, you could buy a citizenship. Yeah. But a lot of countries offer that.
I ain't never heard of it.
There's a lot of countries, because there are certain passports that are more valuable than others. Because certain passports allow you to go to countries without visas. See what I'm saying?
So did you vote for Trump?
No, I voted for Kamala. Yeah, I did.
Oh, so y'all lost?
Yeah, I lost. But, I voted.
Yeah. But did you think your vote counted?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I voted in California, which is a Democratic state, so it didn't matter. California was going to go for Kamala regardless. But I think that with my reach and my influence, me saying I'm voting for Kamala probably made some people vote as well for Kamala, based on people that may like me and follow my stuff. So I think my influence matters more than my vote. That's what I think.
That's a whole like a thing that an average person that's in the hood don't really even understand all the things that go into like what's the politics of like the president and all that stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But that's too bad, because what I didn't realize is that when you vote for the president, oftentimes on the same ballot, and this happens, the last election, you're voting for the judges, you're voting for the DAs, you're voting for a lot of people. So a lot of people, the president doesn't affect you, but that judge that just gave your cousin 30 years, you could vote that guy out. Like if really like a group of people really got together in a city and said, yo, this judge is a cancer to us. He's racist. Every black person that goes to his courtroom ends up getting ridiculous amounts of time. Because ultimately, whether you get found guilty or not guilty, I mean, the judge has a role, but the judge's biggest role is the sentencing. So, this judge has been really messing with us. Let's vote him out. Let's bring in someone else. But I think a lot of people don't even realize you're voting for judges because they don't vote at all.
I mean, could they keep you distracted after they survive?
Well, man, listen, at the end of the day, it's up to you to gain the knowledge and find out. And listen, like, if you look at, like, for example, like in Chicago, who are like the Larry Hoovers and stuff like that, they could bring out 1,000 people. Yeah. And then they could tell those 1,000 people to vote a certain type of way.
Yeah, it's different now. It was like that in the 80s. Every neighborhood had a boss in the neighborhood. That's how I went. Yeah. I mean, so certain things couldn't even happen. Like you got to get like you couldn't just do anything. You know what I mean? It ain't like that now. It's just like it's like whatever. I mean, it's like no bosses in no neighborhoods. It's just like it's like free fall. Yeah. I mean, back in my when I was young, you couldn't do certain stuff. Like you had to go. I mean, you get in trouble. Like in your neighbor. I mean, you can't just be doing anything. Like I mean, now you can do anything. Plus, kids now they kill you. Like life don't mean nothing. But I was young, if somebody young killed somebody, it's like what? It was like a big thing. Now it's like that's like a normal, regular thing. Like it's not even not a big thing. I mean, so like this generation now is like it's gone. That's like it might not be a lot of this generation left. You know what I mean?
Well, I've actually predicted this in multiple interviews. I'm gonna say it again, and this actually hits close to home because you were cool with YBC Duel, right?
Yeah, I know. I just started. Matter of fact, right before he passed away, I just started talking to him. Okay. From my mom neighborhood. Yeah.
Like remember that video? He's like digging up the grave. Now that was just trolling. He wasn't really digging up anybody, right? Mm-hmm. But I predict, because everyone is constantly in this world trying to crash out harder than the person before them to get that attention to go viral. I predict that at some point, some rapper from some city is going to actually dig up one of their enemies and make a video with them and the corpse. And they'll go to jail because it's illegal, but they're going to do it and they're going to go viral. Someone's actually going to dig up the actual coffin,
I hope not.
Open it up.
I hope not.
And make a video.
I hope not.
I hope not too, but I bet you it's going to happen. And when it happens, this is going to be a flashback.
I won't be surprised because I seen them. You see when the guys went to I think it was Chicago, they went in the funeral and took the boy out the funeral. They took him.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
It's like 15 people came in to rush the funeral home and took the body out the car at his funeral.
Which is basically the same thing what I'm talking about right now.
Like, where the fuck they taking him at? They just I said, so like,
Listen, until 20 minutes ago, I didn't think people were slapping babies. But, here we are. Like, people are snatching bodies out of funerals. People are slapping babies.
Yeah, the world is crazy. I don't know. I think the world been crazy. I just think that we get more access to the news that's going on.
Of course. Now there's videos. Well, everyone has a video camera. I mean, look, you and I are similar ages. Like, at one point, you had to go buy a camcorder. You had to buy mini DV tapes. You had to charge it up.
Yeah.
You had to carry it with you.
Yeah.
And the chances of you catching something with that camera on you is very low, because usually you would take that camera to specific things. Like, I'm going to take my camera because I'm going to go film somebody. Randomly catching something that's happening was a rarity. That's why the Rodney King thing was such a big deal, because back then no one had video cameras. It just so happened there was some dude who was a videographer. It was happening outside of his window, and he filmed it, and that video became what it was. But it caused the whole, that's what led to the trial. That's what led to the riots.
Yeah, that's what led to the
literally, that one video is responsible for probably billions of dollars worth of damage and a lot of bad feelings.
Yeah, but like I said, like the cops was killing people forever.
Yeah, no, it was good that it was captured. Yeah. I'm not trying to make it sound like it's a bad thing, but
now it get captured. They don't really got the same effect no more.
Well, because it's not as shocking anymore.
Yeah, it ain't shocking. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But what's interesting, I was going to mention this next. Elon Musk actually made a tweet saying that that Trump should actually pardon Derek Chauvin for killing George Floyd.
That would be right. That would be asking for another. That'd be crazy, because people cared about that.
Yeah,
people invested in that. When people invested in something like that, I'm talking about, like, not just black, but everybody. Like, that was like a big deal. Was though, like, they let him out, it'd be like billions of dollars of damage again.
I agree. Yeah. I really hope it doesn't happen. I really hope Trump is not that crazy to do it. And I'm really kind of disgusted that Elon would even kind of put that out there.
I didn't know he said that.
No, he tweeted it.
Why did he say that, though?
He basically said, because there's a video of this dude, Ben Shapiro, who's kind of this kind of racist type dude, talking about, because there's a certain group of people that feel that George Floyd was a drug addict and deserved what he got, because he was resisting arrest and he was high off something, whatever else, and he didn't really die from the foot on his neck. He really died from the drugs. Certain people believe that. I don't believe that. You saw the video.
He was normal before that. Like,
he was fine, right? Yeah. He was fine. I don't believe that, but certain people believe, like the Candace Owens of the world and stuff like that, believe that he got what he deserved.
She think that?
Yes, absolutely.
Sometimes I agree with her, sometimes, but I don't agree on that one.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. But yeah, so he reposted that video, says something to think about, pardoning Derek Chauvin.
I think he got too much influence right now. I think he does. I mean, he got a lot of money.
Elon Musk has a lot of influence.
A lot. Like I said, he Trump main man right now. Like, but Trump not going for that. He not. I think he's not even from Africa somewhere, right?
South Africa.
The fuck is he even talking about any of that for? Like,
I interviewed his dad.
Huh?
I interviewed Elon Musk's dad.
His dad?
His dad.
His dad alive?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Not only is his dad alive.
How the fuck you interview his dad? Where do you see his dad at?
South Africa.
Oh, you went over there?
No, I did it remotely. I had a cameraman over there, and we did it like over FaceTime.
How long ago was this?
Like a month ago.
You just interviewed his dad?
Yeah, just recently. Yeah.
So they come out yet?
No, it's out.
It is?
Oh yeah, South Africa was on fire over this fucking interview. Let me tell you.
Oh, this is a big deal over there.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of crazy stuff in there. Because at one point, because his dad has had like a few different wives, and at one point, he ended up getting his stepdaughter pregnant. He had basically been with his stepdaughter when she was like 4 years old. Mm-hmm. He got her pregnant with like 2 kids when she was like in her 20s, and he was like in his 70s. That's not his
biological daughter though, right?
No.
Okay.
No. But there's like a 45-year age difference between the two. And he got her pregnant, and she have 2 kids. She has 2 kids by him.
So they mad about that?
Well, it's a little weird.
And it's the same thing Woody Harrelson did?
I brought that up. Woody Allen. Yeah, I brought that up. And when I talked to him, I said, well, a lot of people are upset because this was your stepdaughter when she was 4. And he goes, well, no rules in love and war.
Woody Harrelson took his girl to the games. We had the front row.
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen, whatever his name. Woody Allen. Woody Allen's a black man can't jump. Woody Allen, the little funny little. Right. But that was. I seen a documentary about that. That was crazy.
Yeah, he had a stepdaughter. She was like older though when they adopted her.
No, she was like 9, like 7 or something. She was little. She was like 7 or 8 years old. She was a little kid.
I don't know about that.
What best money?
Was no, I don't want to bet.
She was no older than 9. She was like little. She's little.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yes, I mean, he married her. Like, I don't know. So I mean, if he could do it, I mean, Elon Musk death. Like I said, fuck it, I could do it too. I mean, I guess. I should pop right up. You can probably see Woody Allen holding her when she like 7 or something, taking her to school or something.
She was adopted by Woody Allen and then his wife at the time when she was 21 years old.
No, they had her before that though.
No.
But they
Different daughter. This Asian girl who he ended up marrying was 21 years old.
But that's why when they adopted her?
Yes.
No, bro, I'm telling you, no.
Soon-Yi Previn was adopted by Woody Allen when she was 21 years old.
So they had her before that, though. They got her from China when she was a kid.
She was adopted by Mia Farrow and Andre Previn.
How old was she then? She was a kid, because I saw her, she was a kid. She had her when she was a kid in America. They went up, because the joint on HBO, I think it's on HBO. She was like a little kid, but she was with his wife. Well, maybe he adopted her when she was 21. The wife had her. The wife that's mad and sad about it, she already had her already.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yeah,
the wife already had her, but when he stepped in the picture, she was 21 at the time.
Yeah, but he knew her.
How do you adopt a 21-year-old?
He knew her already. He knew her since she was a kid.
Oh, okay.
And he 21. That's when he already knew her since she was a kid. Because in the documentary, you see her taking her to school, all this stuff. He was around. But when they was married, they didn't live in the same house. I mean, you see how sad she is about that shit? She's like devastated about that shit, like on the documentary.
Yeah, so she said that her and Woody Allen never had any kind of father figure relationship during her childhood. I mean, she's trying to kind of clean it up. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a weird situation.
So it's 8 billion people in the world.
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry you.
Man, listen, I never understand that shit. I never understand shit like having sex with your coworkers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I always feel like that's just crazy. Like you're opening yourself up to all types of problems.
But that's it. I mean, but I'm thinking, even if you see a girl that you know that's young, you don't even want to mess with her when she's older because you feel like you know her since she was young. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, your stepdaughter, your wife's daughter. That's crazy.
You know, it's crazy.
You could just mess with somebody else.
Right.
I
agree.
That made me feel like you liked it the whole time.
Probably.
Well, I can't wait till you grow up.
Well, no, I remember there was this video that was going viral. It was this girl, this pretty kind of like, I think she was black or mixed. I forgot what it was. I think she was black. And she was talking about the situation where her stepdad, who had been with her mom since she was like 5, you know, met with her at her apartment. She was like, I don't know, 25 at the time. And he basically like confessed that he had been in love with her all these years. And, you know, he was crying, whatever else. And she was like, she started thinking about all the weird kind of moments over the years and how she probably was like, oh no, I'm just tripping. And now when he said that, she suddenly realized that it really was some weird shit going on. And she was just like, she couldn't deal with it. And it was crazy.
Yes, man. I mean,
there's so many people in this world. You want to go and do some weird shit like that. But then again, you can't even say about Woody Allen because Woody Allen is Woody Allen. He has a bunch of Oscars and everything else like that.
They didn't cancel him or nothing. He's still regular, living his life.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
I mean, like, my thing is this. I think that's diabolical to do. I mean, I think it's like taking advantage of somebody. She's not even from this country. You know what I mean? Like, and you go mess with like, you got her at the Knicks game in the front seat. Like, I'm like, he don't give a fuck. Like, he like, yo, listen, this is my wife, man. I don't even fuck. Listen, I don't care if I knew her since she was 8. That don't matter. I mean, like, and it can slide. You know what I mean? So, like, everybody got different sets of rules they got to abide by.
Yeah.
Let somebody else do that same exact thing. It's over.
Yeah.
Let say Jay-Z did that. It's
over.
Over.
That's why you was suing. He was like, I don't want nothing to do with this.
It would be over if he did that. If anybody else did that, like what he did, it'd be over. I mean, it's because like you adopted her from another country to get over here. It's like you groomed her.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean? So like, I mean, you know, I mind my business because like at the end of the day, it's like, you know, it's almost like somebody trying to picket against gays marrying. Like I wouldn't care if they get married. I mean, so like if it don't got nothing to do with me, I kind of like don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. Like,
if you want to be gay, I got gay friends. Shout out to my man Jason Lee.
If your daughter like you like she grown. She says she like you.
Who cares?
I mean,
be gay.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of, but you know, whatever. But there's so many other stuff to fight about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, Kanye West, you know, went off the edge again.
The swastikas and stuff?
Yeah, he's actually wearing a swastika shirt in this one video.
He's trying to get somebody to make him a swastika chain.
Yeah, a diamond chain.
Now, so is he saying that the swastika is not representing the Nazis, it's representing something before that?
No, he's saying he's representing the Nazi. He's saying he's a Nazi. He actually says, I'm a Nazi. He says, I'm a Nazi, I'm a racist, I love Hitler.
I think he just say anything to get like, to go like this.
He said, all white people are racist and Jewish people actually hate white people and use black people. Some of my best friends are Jewish and I don't trust any of them.
My thing is this though, if that's like somebody that need help, that don't seem like somebody that might be condemning, like Kanye West probably need help. I mean, I think he need help because I mean, who the fuck would do that? Even if you really like the Nazis, who the fuck would say it? Why would you like Nazis to be able to kill you if they saw you?
Yeah, the Nazis hated black people. And here's the thing, right? For all you Kanye super fans out there, you guys don't have Kanye security. So go ahead and wear one of those swastika shirts.
But I don't think nobody would wear that shirt though.
He was selling them on his website for $20.
Probably white people was probably buying them. What about, nobody black wasn't buying that shit. I mean, I don't see nobody. And if they did buy it, maybe somebody probably didn't know what it meant. I mean,
well, I mean, I was saying this, and then I remember he actually did a tweet about this. I'm not sure if he got it from my interview or not, but I was saying that Kanye is the 2025 Clayton Bixby.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but
Clayton Bixby. Do you remember the Chappelle Show?
Yeah. Oh, you talking about the blind boy?
The blind black white supremacist. He didn't know he was black.
He's like, those niggas breathing up all this good white man's free air.
Remember, he divorced his wife because she married a black man.
He wanted to kill himself.
All right, so one less black person. Yeah.
But I think Kanye West is being smart to Jewish people because of how they try to like take his money and do stuff to him. I think he's just doing that to get back to see. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think Jewish people really took his money.
That's how you feel though.
I mean, in fact, most of the money that was taken from him was from Adidas, which was actually started by two guys that are part of the Nazi party. Yeah. So if you want to get mad at anyone, get mad at the Nazis.
Man, my thing is this, but how can they get mad at Kanye West when they Nazis themselves? Like they really came from Nazi.
Well, because it's not like it's still a Nazi brand. That may have been the history a long time ago, but it's evolved way beyond that.
Not that long ago. Yeah, people from the 40s can still be alive. My thing is this: if you was a Nazi, right, you Adidas, Kanye West just talking shit on a podcast somewhere. Y'all actually was killing people. Like, I mean, so how dare you say something?
But not them directly. They were just part of a party. I mean, it's not like they were actually like SS soldiers that were like in the concentration camp.
One, they still would have been in the same party. They only not that because they only not that.
No, listen, you got a point. Like, I'm not really arguing with you, but I'm saying like, I don't think that Adidas aligns itself. And I think that was more of a reason to distance themselves because they're like, yo, listen, we don't want people to keep remembering this part. You know, we're really not with that. And look, like I've never been to Germany, right? But I know a lot of people that have been to Germany, and they all tell me that like in Germany, it's very anti-Nazi. They're fully aware of their history, and like you can't like okay, for example, right? I remember my freshman year in college, there was a German exchange student that was in the dorms with me, and I'm like, "What's Germany like?" And like in terms of Nazi things and stuff like that. He goes, "Okay, I'll give you a great example, right? Let's just say you go into a bathroom at McDonald's and there's a swastika on one of the stalls. Nobody cares, right?
Sure.
I've been in bathroom stalls when I've seen swastikas and, you know, kill these people, whatever else. Nobody cares. Not a big deal. He said, in Germany, someone put a swastika in the bathroom, the store would be shut down, there'd be investigation, they'd be going through video footage, they find out who did it, that person would be arrested. It's like that.
I understand why though. It's a big part of their history. It's their recent history. I mean,
yeah.
But my thing is that I don't understand how they could like be so forgiving to somebody that actually was participating inside. I mean, they family, whatever, to the person just talking shit. Like Kanye West don't got no type of means to do nothing to nobody.
He doesn't, but he's such a loud voice, and he empowers people who feel that way to be more vocal about it. And to, you know, like, look, I remember when he was going through the last Nazi rant, like last year, like there were signs on the side of the freeway saying Kanye's right. You know what I mean? You know, like
most black people, they didn't even know what anti-Semitic meant. They didn't care. They never thought about it at all.
Right.
I mean, so like it was like a thing where they could have just like Kanye. When they gave him attention and made him do stuff to him, that's when people started saying, "Let me see what this is about."
Yeah.
Before then, with the stuff that's going on like in Palestine and all that, people like, oh, because before that, nobody really, but not nobody I know ever talked about nothing about Jews or nothing like that. I mean,
well, because there's really not that many Jews.
What you mean by that? Not that many
in the world. Okay, well, let me show you.
Jew, that's a religion though, right? So I mean, anybody can become, so anybody can become Jewish then.
anyone can become Jewish, but
So you can't put a number
most
on it?
time, you can't convert. It's a process.
So you can't put a number on how many Jews it is then, because
Well, yeah, you can actually.
But suppose tomorrow
what?
everybody convert to become Jewish tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. It fluctuates. It can be up and down. Let's let everybody become a Jew.
Jews are 0.2% of the world's population. 0.2%, not 2%, 0.2%.
But how many people is that? That's 8 billion. That's still a lot. That's still a lot of people.
How many Jews in the world?
0.2.
As of 2023, there was about 15.7 million people in the world who identify as Jewish, but about half of them are in Israel.
That's a lot. If you got 8 million people all doing this together and got the same thoughts,
All
and same,
over the world is not that many compared to Muslims, compared to Christians, compared to Hindus.
But I think
a very small percentage. And in fact, the number of Jews today, they're saying, is actually less than before the Holocaust.
So what was the Jews doing in like underground in New York? I seen them coming from underground. You see that?
Yeah, that's some weird shit. That's the Hasidic Jews. The Hasidic Jews are a weird offshoot. It's a super conservative part of Judaism that I am not a big fan of. It's a very close community. They speak Yiddish to each other. They have their own schools, their own hospitals. They don't associate with outsiders, including Jews like myself. They don't really, I lived at one point when I lived in New York in the beginning, I was living in Borough Park, which is a very Hasidic Jewish neighborhood. And I was like the only non-Hasidic Jewish person in that building and in that street. Nobody ever talked to me. Nobody said hello.
Jew, what do you have to do to be like? Do you have to pray a certain amount of times a day?
No, I mean, I was born into it.
So
in Judaism, if your mother is Jewish, you're technically Jewish.
So you don't got to do nothing. You just
I didn't
Jewish.
do nothing. Yeah, but I had a bar mitzvah, which is like a ceremony when you're 13 to become a man and stuff like that.
But that's it.
I've been to Israel multiple times.
But
I identify as Jewish.
But it's nothing.
But I'm not religious though.
It's nothing required of you to like.
Well, there's a bunch of requirements. If you want to be religious, you're gonna have to go to synagogue. You're gonna have to pray. You're gonna have to. You can't eat pork. You can't eat shellfish. There's a Sabbath. At Friday at sunset, you can't work. You can't drive your car. You can't get on your cell phone. You can't do anything until the sunset the following day. There's a lot of rules. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of traditions. I mean, it's actually like one of the oldest religions, period. Right? It's older than Christianity. I mean, Jesus was a Jew, right? So, but, I'm not religious like that. But, there's not that many Jews compared to other, races in the world. And it is a race. So, but you can also convert.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can do that too. But like Jews are not out, like how, like let's just say the Mormons, they're going door to door trying to convert people, bring them in. Jews really don't do that.
Jews they don't want you to be a Jew. And
I think that's kind of the problem. I think it's very like exclusionary the way they do it. Like the fact that if your mother is Jewish, you're Jewish, but if your father is Jewish, you're not technically Jewish, which I think is stupid. Just plain stupid. You
see, Sean became a Jew.
Yeah.
I mean,
the side curls, the whole thing.
You see the rapper Black Boy that became a Jew that's acting funny towards him. I mean, some people act nice to him in Israel, but some people didn't. He moved to Israel. He's a rapper. It's a fat guy. He got a documentary about him. He's a rapper. He moved to Israel, became a Jew with a black hat, did all that. I mean, they started acting funny towards him. He like, well, they didn't really want me to be a Jew like that. Like they was like acting like racial bias to him. So I said, well, maybe they just don't like a black Jew to be over there. Maybe
I mean, there's lots of black Jews in Israel. They realized that a certain part of Ethiopia were Jews, were like one of the 12 tribes of Israel, because they were all reading the Torah, and then they did a DNA test, and they realized that they were actually Jewish, so they were allowed to move to Israel and, become full citizens, everything else like that. The way Israel's set up is that there's something called birthright, meaning that any Jewish person in the world who could somewhat prove that they're Jewish could go to Israel, get a full citizenship, get money from the government, everything else like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they whatever they did, they put it together right, and I guess they got they got their own set of rules that they can just do whatever they want. I mean, I don't like they got to abide by the rules that everybody else do. I mean, that's what it looked like from a person.
Really? I've been abiding by rules my whole life.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the way they
I must have not got my Jewish card in the mail. So
because you're in America, it's like if you go over there, it's like they just could do whatever they want. Like they got their own.
What, in
rules.
Israel?
Yeah.
Not really.
You don't think so?
I mean, I've been there multiple times.
I'm saying, as far as looking at me just being a person from America, looking on TV or looking online or whatever, not being there, but like seeing how they just bomb and stuff, and nobody can get in trouble. Like they can just do what they want.
Well, I mean, it's a war. We bombed Afghanistan.
A war usually be like people that could try to fight back. I mean, I'm saying this is the perception of it from a, just say a person doesn't think deep into it, know a lot about it, but the way it looked to me, the whole shit's going. They like it's all rubble, right?
Yeah, and I disagree with that.
Like kids,
but it's not an easy problem. And I remember when I went on the Breakfast Club right after the war broke out, I said, I think both parties are wrong because Hamas launched missiles against Israel and then had a full-blown...
I seen the documentary.
Had a whole ground invasion where they kidnapped hundreds of people.
You see the documentary when they have at the party and they come over there and they're killing everybody?
Yeah, no, it was a massacre, right?
Yeah.
So then Israel retaliated, but Hamas was the government in Gaza. That was the ruling party. The people voted for Hamas to run Gaza. So the Hamas soldiers were basically hiding with the actual regular citizens. So when Israel was trying to get Hamas, in the process, citizens would be getting killed as well, which I think is a horrible idea. But it was a heavy-handed approach and trying to get the hostages back. I mean, but look, America can't say, that we never do that. When 9/11 happened, we fucking destroyed a whole country. Yeah, but Afghanistan.
People don't agree with a lot of stuff that America do. That let's live in America.
Yeah,
I mean, so it's just like
right. But I'm saying America did pretty much the same thing. Yeah. They took over Afghanistan, and they just recently gave it back. And look what happened.
But see what America
do? ISIS took it over.
American stuff don't be on TV. Like what they do wrong, they don't really be on TV like that for you to really just see the devastation of what they're doing. But the stuff over there, you can see it every day. Like you keep seeing these kids, and it's like, oh.
I think the way Israel approached it was a very bad idea. I think they should have been a lot more careful to try to get the people that actually were the kidnappers and were the actual soldiers.
They should kill everybody.
Well, I mean, you bomb a building. I mean, a lot of times what happens is they'll give like a warning. They'll say, hey, listen, evacuate this area. We're getting ready to bomb it. A lot of people don't leave. A lot of people don't have the money to leave. And I mean, it's a fucked up situation. And I hate the way that it's playing out. But at the end of the day, if you got a group of people that keep launching missiles at you, you can't just let that keep happening.
Yes.
Think about it, right? Think about if Mexico launched a bunch of missiles over the border and bombed San Diego. You think America would be like...
You understand, America don't give a fuck about nothing.
America would fucking take over Mexico.
You can't use America as if you use America as a standard.
Well, but we're Americans, so we have to compare. We can't say, oh, look at those bad people in Israel. We will never do that. No, America does the same shit.
You gotta understand. Now you talk to somebody, a black person, to say like, well, that was people that had family was slaves. Like, so black person got a whole different outlook on that shit. Like, they don't say none of that. They were slave. Like, they were slave. The worst thing that you could do to anybody is become a slave.
Yeah.
Born a slave, you die a slave. Nothing is worse than that.
Yeah.
Don't get no money for it. Don't get no thank you. Don't get no sorry. None of that shit. Just like, it's like, it's like kidnapping a lady, right, having her in your basement, right? And do you mad at her because she's in your basement? How dare you be in my fucking basement? How dare I gotta feed you? If you took it from somewhere, that's what it's like. So like a black person seeing that what America does is not the same as being a full American that agree with everything, because wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
It don't matter what state you is, what country you are, wrong is wrong. Anytime kids involved, it's innocent, it's wrong.
Yeah.
No matter what the side is.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I've said that, but here's the thing, right? You can't say, I don't like Jews because what the Israeli government is doing. That's the government. That's Netanyahu directing the military to do a certain type of thing. Jews around the world don't always agree with this.
I don't agree with it. I've seen people speaking against it.
Yeah. So that's like saying, I hate all Americans because I hate Trump. There's a lot of people who don't like Trump either. Half the country didn't vote for Trump. So you're saying, I hate all Americans because of what Trump is doing.
But you go to another country, Americans, we all one person, we all one thing. Like, so whatever.
Okay, but that's not right either. That's for them. Right, but so that's what I'm saying. For everyone out there saying, I don't like Jews because of what's happening in Gaza, I'm not involved in that. All the Jewish people I know are not involved in it. My mother's not involved in it. I say my family's not involved in it.
I've seen a lot of Jewish people in America that was like, had a rally going against it, saying, it's making us look bad and stuff like that.
And some people are for it.
America's for it.
America's funding it.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah. It's just unfortunate. Like, it's like, of course, people with power can do whatever they want.
Right.
That's the base. That's the bottom line. Whoever got the money and the power, they can do whatever they want. If I'm making the rules I don't gotta abide by them. I make the rules. I don't. You mean you gotta abide by them? I don't. You know what I mean?
Well, before I let you go, an R.I.P. That's I think close to both of us in our own ways is Irv Gotti, died at age 54.
Yeah,
Did you know Irv at all?
I met him one time before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I interviewed him once.
It's,
I know his brother, Chris Gotti. Me and Chris actually just talked recently.
I see him. He used to be around Rockefeller a lot. His brother used to be around a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, it's unfortunate because he was young, 54 young.
54.
That's when he got that bag. You know what I mean? But he did a good show. What's the name of that show?
Tales?
Tales. I like the way he did that, like reverse the races and everything like that. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, that's you know, but at least he lived a good life.
Musical genius.
Yeah, he lived a good
Like
life.
Murder Inc. It's really unfortunate that his legacy is tied to 50's beef with them, because it really underscores what undermines how really significant Murder Inc. was for an era.
And that Drink Champs interview was like made him look kind of bad.
Oh, when he was talking about sleeping with Shanti
Yeah,
and stuff like that?
The way he was like answering questions just seemed like a little off. Like, so like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look, like, Ja Rule was on fire at one point. Him and Ashanti, like, always on time, is still a song you could play.
When I went to go get signed, like the day I went to go get signed and came to New York and got signed to meet Jay-Z, Ja Rule had like a burgundy Maybach out there, like already, like, like.
Ja Rule is always, like, I've seen him in Phantoms, Maybachs.
Who she said? Oh, that's Ja Rule. I said, oh.
Yeah.
This was in 99.
Yeah.
Man, it's 99. So like, yeah, they was doing their thing. I mean, it's just, you know, I'm thinking this. I'd rather live a life like that than just live a long life of nothing.
No, I feel you. I mean, in fact, like, I think DMX did his first demo at Irv Gotti's house.
I heard Irv Gotti say something about 50 Cent too. I was like, that's why probably 50 Cent going so hard on him. He said, every deal 50 Cent tried to get, I shut it down.
Yeah.
He said, what I should have did, I should have signed him and then shelved him. But, you know, he said every time he went somewhere, I told him, if they mess with 50 Cent, I'm not messing with them.
Well, I mean, look, I'll say this. Because, you know, after Irv Gotti died, 50 Cent was like smoking on that Gotti pack.
Yeah.
Right. But I remember I interviewed this NYPD detective who basically investigated the 50 Cent shooting and all the stuff in Queens and everything else like that. And I remember he said, because in Many Men, 50 Cent names the dude that shot him. But this guy's like, that's not the guy that actually shot him. They look a little similar, but there's another guy named Son who actually shot him. And after he shot him, he became Ja Rule's head of security.
That'll do it.
So from 50 Cent's point of view, this is a guy that was somewhat involved, directly or indirectly, with him getting shot 9 times.
Then Irv Gotti tried to stop my career.
And you know, yeah, he did shut down. Because I mean, like, I remember 50 was supposed to do a song with Jennifer Lopez.
He said it. He
shut it down. He said, "Oh, you know, I think like Irv was like told the label, oh, you know, 50's dangerous. He might hurt Jennifer or something like that." And he ended up getting kicked off the song and stuff like that.
He's on there talking. He's like, "Listen, the biggest mistake I ever did was shut down 50 Cent everywhere I went, but I should have signed him and shelved him."
Or he could have signed him and put him out.
That's what I'm saying. So my thing is, somebody said that about your life, because now at this point, if you're in a ghetto, your life was music, somebody trying to stop your life. I can understand. He's like, man, like, I don't care about nothing. I mean,
I get it. And me and Irv, like I said, we did an interview. Me and his brother are actually cool. Like, we had a long conversation recently when I was like, yo, bro, I'm sorry for your loss. If you want to talk about it, because I'm not ready to talk about it, but I want to call you back because you're my friend and whatever else. You know what I mean? Like, we had a long talk about it. I've always been respectful with Chris the whole time. Me and Chris have always kept in contact. But at the end of the day, you know, if someone was really trying to hurt you throughout their life and they die, you're not really going to be like, R.I.P.
But 50 Cent handle it how he handled it. But as far as me, I just don't talk bad about the dead, because he can't defend himself. It's like, it's kind of like distasteful. But at the same time, if somebody did whatever they did to you, I mean, it's your right to do.
Right.
So, I mean, to feel like that. I mean, so.
I mean, I get it. I get it. Tony Yayo's a regular on my show. We talked about it. But, you know, at the end of the day, Irv Gotti's a musical genius, man. And I think that he contributed a lot. And, you know, he was saying something like he had $100 million in the bank, so he wasn't really tripping off money because he
just sold his catalog or something like that, they said.
Yeah, he sold his catalog for a huge amount of money. So he was just living off the interest. He was good. But I guess he had diabetes and he never really took it seriously. And he died. His brother said he died they were like playing cards and he was eating Chinese food and he had a heart attack and died right there. Gotta take care of your health, man. We getting older.
I want to say something. I want everybody to go check out this lame nigga video I got. I mean, I just did it, just dropped, right? And I got the remix with Jim Jones on it.
Jim Jones on it.
It's Jay and it's CeeLo Green.
Oh, it's CeeLo Green?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I'm taking my music serious again. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
I'm motivated again.
You got some big dogs on there.
Yeah, you got some big dogs on there. So,
okay.
You know what I mean? So look out for that. But no, I'll be back anyway. So, you know, I'll let y'all know what's going on when I come back.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
that's what it is, man. Oschino.
And listen, I'm gonna think about the change in my mindset. Like, I mean, because at the same, if your mindset is wrong, it's wrong. I mean.
Well, I mean, it's coming from a positive place.
Plus, admitting it is the first
step. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm doing it because I actually care about you. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually don't want anything bad to happen to you.
I mean, for
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know this other guy, but I just feel like there's no wins in that situation.
You're right about that. I mean,
all right.
All right.
That's what it is.
Peace.
Peace.